All right, here we are. Here we go. Finally. Let me double check on a separate device here just to be sure. It looks like it's a little bit of a delay. It still
Yep,
shows.
I
Is
see
it
it.
good? Oh,
We're
okay. I
good.
can't
Yeah,
see it.
we're good. We're
Oh,
good.
hey, everyone. I can't see anything. It just shows me that it's not live. Oh, there it is. There it is. Hey, everyone. Me and Grant are. We decided to go out to Apple's now. Let's go.
Live from Apple Park, man. So
Right.
I'm just down the hall from you, so that's why I got the other
Right.
angle.
Right. What's going on, folks? It's your man Jay. We are here. Let me see if I can do this here. Mic check, mic check. Everything good? Sounding good? Everyone can hear us nice and clear. All right. Yeah, we are back. It's Friday once again. It is Friday, and hey, JoJo's in the house. I see you guys. As you guys trickle in, I'll give you a shout out. But it is Friday, and me and Grant are at it again. We're gonna cause some trouble and make some people upset. And so we're gonna we're gonna make some people
Live from
upset,
Apple Park, baby.
right?
Live from Apple Park.
The loyalists. We are gonna no, we're not. We're gonna have some fun. What's going on, man? Hey, LaShawn, I see you guys trickling in. Um, man, I appreciate you guys stopping by for another Friday stream with me and Grant. This is gonna be fun. Conversation should be interesting. Rich, I see you guys coming in. I got a few things lined up, but this is pretty much going to be Google Talk, because that's what's next. We've got what? How many days? 5 days. We got 5 days. 5 days,
5 days.
yeah, 5 days until it's time to rock. It's time to get it on. Let me mute my phones and put them on vibrate, and because they're sure to ring right
And
in the
Google's
middle of
been
the
counting
stream.
down with all the videos they've been pushing out.
Oh yeah, man,
All the teasers. It's been awesome.
they have been showing out. They have been showing their backside. They they sure are putting on a big show. And my fear is that it just falls flat. I hope that doesn't happen, but I really think that they must have something up their sleeve, right? You think?
Oh, they got to bring the thunder, man. They've been coming out with the teaser videos and taking some shots at, background
Yeah,
here. So
they have been doing some serious teaser shots
you
because
want to poke the bear, you better bring it.
yeah. I mean, Apple's is like loyalists. Apple's phones are good. Apple's phones aren't phenomenal. I think the Fold and the Flip, those are I would consider phenomenal devices compared to what has been on the market lately. But Apple's phones aren't phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's going to be interesting to see if Google can actually take a little bit of market share. I don't know if they're in it to take any market share, but I just think all this trash they're talking, like you said, they're gonna have to bring some serious heat to, I guess, draw. Because I have one thing I want to talk about. It's not going to be all Google, folks, by the way. It's going to be Google, but it's going to be some Samsung stuff in there too. Specifically, this Flip 7 is really taken off because I put up a poll about the Fold. There it is, my man. The Fold 7 and the Flip 7. The numbers, like the world wants everybody to love this Fold 7, but and outsell the Flip 7. But the Flip 7 always, or the Flip line always outsells the Fold line every year. But there's a lot of people that feel like the Fold line outsells it because they still think that they are the uh, majority, but it's actually the minority. But we'll get to them in a little bit. But Google, man, Google has decided that we're going to just talk trash the entire time before our device drops, and we're not going to let up. And so, if you're in the comment section today, shout out to you if you're going to be buying the new Pixel devices. I'm gonna buy one this year. I bought all of them last year or whatever, but I'm buying one. That's what I'm doing. I'm getting one, and that's gonna be it for me. Grant, are you gonna buy multiple?
I mean, I've had every single Pixel since the beginning,
Yeah,
and I still have a bunch of them. So I typically would buy them all.
me too.
But like I've already discussed the last couple weeks, right?
Yeah,
Depends on what they really bring out. So if the rumors are more true, it's going to be a little bit harder to sell this year, I think. Just because I mean, already what Google has shown us, right? They're not really changing the hardware very much. So what's really changing? And
Yeah.
I'm a big camera person, and in some cases, some of the cameras look like downgrades. So we're gonna have to really see and what really Google brings because they're rolling out all these teasers, right?
Yep.
Taking shots at AI, and saying phones don't change much.
Are
You
they
know,
wrong though? Are they wrong about Apple with the AI thing?
I mean, they're not wrong. Has Apple Intelligence fully rolled out yet? Checking my checking my watch, my Pixel watch, by the way. So,
Oh yeah. Grant's
but
all the
yeah, I
way
mean,
in
I
tonight.
I mean, I've gone all the way back. I've gone back to my 9 Pro and my Pixel watch, and I'm all hyped up. I'm gearing up for the launch
Me
next week,
too. I started
so
using my OG Fold again. I started using this again right here just to prepare myself. Um, because I
got
hadn't
my
used it in quite
9
some
Pro
time.
Fold out. So, yeah.
I wonder, is Gary here? Is Gary here yet? Is
Kinda
Gary?
looks like the 10. Is this what the 10's gonna be?
Yeah. I had a question for you. I had a question for you, Grant, because I know Gary. We in the background, me and you and Gary, we talk in the group or whatever. But he's got to come in here at some point. But there
Gary's
he
up there.
is. There he is, right there. Gary's here. So, what are your genuine thoughts on the 9 Pro Fold? T, what's going on? I see you, T. Thanks for coming by. What? Because we know what Gary's trying to. If you don't know Gary Bennis Brown, he's in the chat. He's trying to make a decision, a transition to if he wants to get the 9 Pro Fold or not. But Grant, you have had this since launch. It might be people in the chat that's had it since launch. What is your genuine thoughts? Because I got it on sponsorship for a little bit from my sponsor, and I didn't really like it like I liked the original Fold's form factor. What is your thoughts on it as an owner of the device and anybody in the chat? But Grant, let's hear from you. What do you genuinely feel about that 9 Pro Fold?
9 Pro Fold, I like it. So, like you, I had the original OG Fold, and I love the form factor. I think the only knocks against it for me were it was heavy, but it used stainless steel. So really nice materials, but it was heavy. But the form factor being shorter, wide, you know, was really nice. And I actually pulled it out and fired it up again because I really thought the OG Fold, the inner display, might not look as good anymore, given updates in technology and all that stuff. But I fired it up, and it still looks really good. I still loved using that form factor. It's smaller, fits easier in my pocket. It's just a bit heavy. The 9 Pro Fold, this one right here. This one, Google made all the right changes as far as what I think the majority of people were saying that they wanted. Right? They wanted something taller, more like a standard phone. So like they made it pretty much the same size as the standard 9 and the 9 Pro, right? Um, and it's thinner, right? It was the thinnest fold that came out in the US at the time, actually. So it's still actually pretty thin. So
Yeah.
I appreciate the form factor. I like the OG Fold form factor, but I get why they did this one. I think this is what most people probably said they wanted, and I
Yeah.
think they did a good job. The only problem with this one was that massive hinge on the front, actually. So, like, I'll just do it. Well, you can't see it because I got my
Oh,
background, but,
yeah, I got you. Yes,
they
sir.
got the massive hinge on the front, right? Like, this each
Yes.
side.
Ginormous.
So, it's close to the open, but that hinge is much more pronounced. So that's probably a downer. And then the cameras didn't do it for me. So like it was pretty much the 8A cameras, the A
Yeah.
cameras, pretty much
Right.
as far as the sensors go.
Yeah.
And Google's processing does go a long way to kind of really help them out and make it look pretty good. But at a certain point, you just can't compensate for good hardwares and
Right.
actual larger camera sensors, right? So
Yeah.
for me, the cameras weren't quite up to snuff. And I know for video, you didn't really like the video as much.
No.
But yeah, I appreciate the form factor change because that's what most people wanted, so they had to go that way. I think it's just they gotta slim down the hinge, I think, and really up the cameras because that's what Pixels are known for. Pixels were
Yeah.
about cameras, and
Yeah.
for their most expensive device, at least give it a little bit better cameras, because
I
even technically the base 9 had better cameras, so
absolutely. 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 I'm a fan still. I will not get rid of my OG Fold. I just won't do it. I wish Google would have kept this design right here in form factor and put those cameras that they can change the camera. I think they personally should have kept the camera bar um because they can definitely put the camera bar that's on the 9 on like the regular ones, the phones on these foldable phones. They choose not to. They choose to differentiate it and separate it and just make it into a completely different phone. But I personally appreciate the OG Fold, like a lot of people did, but the form factor. But like you said, they use stainless steel. It was a brick in your pocket. It's a heavy phone, and it's slippery. So that's why I still have my Pataka case on it. After all these years, I still keep it like that cover, so I don't scratch it too much. But I'm using it now again, and I appreciate it now. You know how you get something that says, "Oh, you don't miss it until it's gone." That's actually really true. The OG Fold, I didn't know. I slammed it a lot. I did, but I actually liked it. But I didn't know that I was gonna like it this much after getting the new one. It just wasn't. It just wasn't right. The new one that you're holding, I did use it, and I liked it, but I don't know. I just wasn't as impressed as I thought I was gonna be. I really wanted them to keep that form factor. And as I said in the other video, they could have controlled the market with this form factor of the OG Fold, because what was it, the N5 was over here, the N or whatever, the N5. That phone
The Apple
started,
N2, yep.
yeah, that phone had the form factor. And what Google, I think what Google did is I think they listened to the wrong crowd. They listened to, unfortunately, influencers by saying we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do that. But those people don't really use the phones for a year, 2 years. They just kind of pull them out of the box, and this is based on factual information. I actually have conversations with people. They don't really use them. They review them for a week and put it down and go back to something else because they have so many phones. It's not their personal phone, I'll say. So I was disappointed with the 9 Pro Fold, not just because of the trade-in values. Okay, if you try to trade in an OG Fold right now, they're saying $25, which is a slap in the face. If you go through Google, it's 600, what, 625 or something like that. If you go through Google, 670. But
Which is pretty good because they're selling them brand new for under 600
right,
now,
yeah,
which
but
makes that one a really good deal if you wanna get into the
exactly,
fold game.
exactly. I just can't see myself giving up this form factor. Like JoJo, she's she's a little upset she gave up that form factor and she gave it to her brother or whatever. But she can get another one now. But I mean, do you want to buy one now, knowing that the 10 is coming out and you can actually get a 9 probably at a really good price if that's your thing. But I don't like the hinge on any of the Pixel folds. They're too big. Coming from every other folding phone, the Pixel hinge is way too big. It's
So
ginormous.
if the 9 fold was disappointing for you, then what is Google gonna have to do on this 10 to really sell you or other people? Because from what we see in the teasers, it looks pretty much the same, at least hardware-wise. It looks very similar.
The hinge looks smaller, doesn't it? Like the physical hinge, doesn't it look a little smaller?
Well, they hinted at small changes, or they hinted at changes, right? Like slimming it down a little bit, making it a little bit
Yeah,
lighter, improving some of the cameras. So maybe just incrementally, marginally based off of what we're seeing, because maybe
yeah,
it's a little slimmer, right? Um, but I mean, it for the most part, it looks pretty much the same.
it
But
does.
they're saying the rumors, the advantages will be you're going to get the latest Tensor chipset.
Yeah,
You'll have a slightly larger or a significantly larger battery.
yeah.
So if you're going to justify keep it thicker or keep the same thickness, give you a bigger battery, people probably appreciate that. But beyond that, what do they have to do? Is it going to be
They
software that's going to differentiate it?
for me, what they're gonna have to change is, unfortunately, I have the see a lot. I'm tougher on them because I have access to more folding phones than the average person. So that is why my bar is really high. But so for me, when I see other OEMs putting really slim hinges on their phones and the body of it doesn't feel as bulky as the Pixel, like to me, the OnePlus Opens hinge is phenomenal because it's in that same form factor as the Pixel Fold 9. The OnePlus Opens hinge, when you look at the phone side by side, it's like, what? This is like night and day. The OnePlus Opens feels better to me in the hand. And it's just they're gonna have to really work on their hinge game, and you can't go without talking about this without bringing up the fold devices. Even the previous generation folds have smaller hinges and just better hinges than the Pixels. The 5, you can go back to the 4 and the 5, and it's not as bulky on the hinge side. It just looks awkward with a screen next to it. You know what I'm saying? Like a screen next to a hinge. It's weird. So for me to jump on board, they're gonna have to improve that hinge first, and then I'm like you. You do more photos. I do more video. I like to literally use the phones for video on the channel, and their video just wasn't up to snuff when comparing it to. And in the back, the reason I'm upset about that is because they said in the remember the previous launch, they were like, "Oh, these are the best cameras." They were saying all this stuff, and I'm like, "Oh man." And then I did get a little bit of shock with the trade-in value. I was expecting like 900 on trade-in or something, but that was a slap in the face, kinda, because you shouldn't buy a device thinking, "Oh, I'm going to give it back to them." You get the device and you're supposed to keep it and use it for 5 years. But if you're in this game, you want to get the next best thing and you want the best price. So they're gonna have to up their trading game because I won't be trading in my fold regardless. Now I'm not trading in this fold. I don't care if they offer me $700, $800. I'm not gonna give it up because I'd be giving it up to go to a form factor that I don't think it should be used with.
So
So I'm
even if they
keeping
give you, let's say, $800 for the original fold, that would
no.
be a good trade-in value. That would
It
be good
would.
trade-in value.
It would be excellent. I'm not giving it up though. I'm not trading out because once I give it up, if there's disappointments there, I'm gonna regret it like JoJo. I'm gonna be like JoJo. I'm like JoJo.
Well, you can just
I,
get another one for like five something.
I could. That's a tough one. I mean, as I say right now, if they offer $800 for the original fold, I don't think I would take it because I'm not really interested in the Pixel 10 fold just based on what I see. And let me fire this up here. So if you guys haven't seen the latest, I'll fire it up real quick on this other screen here um,
So and
to
while you
show
do
you.
that, I would say like they're really dependent upon that video boost, right? But it's just not convenient. It did look better. Video boost does look good, but it's not convenient, right? Because it gets processed in the cloud and you have to re-download it and stuff. So if they did all that on, say they did that on the device and the video looked like that, would that be good enough for you, you think?
Possibly, 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 because they're going all in now, man. I mean, they are going in, and they're just gonna have to like. Let me play this back again so you can see what they make the hinge look really small in here. Like with the see how slim that hinge looks. But this is a up close version because they're showing you the new pic. They're showing us all the phones. So they got the Pixel Watch in there as well. They're showing you now the 9, the 10. Is that the 10 or the 10 Pro that they're showing
That's
right there?
no, that's a Pro because that's their Moonstone color that's coming
Okay,
out. But
so the
you gotta get a you gotta get a face-on shot of the Fold because that's when you're gonna really see how big that hinge is.
yeah, and they're not. They're
Because from
showing
that
it
side, that side looks about the same as a 9. It's the 9's pretty slim if you look at it from that angle, but if you look at it from the front display, right head on, that's when you'll notice it.
on their YouTube channel. They're showing the front of the fold, but it's at an angle. Remember on that last video they just did.
That's what I'm saying. If you just
Oh,
look at it
let
head
me
on,
play it.
you'll see it.
Let me play that video real quick. Let me go to their YouTube. Let me stop
But
this
they
real
said they
quick.
designed it that way on the 9 because they wanted the display on the outer display to be the exact same size and dimensions and
Right,
curvature and everything to be the same as a 9, which it is.
right,
Like, the screen protectors from the 9 work on the 9 Pro Fold because they did exactly that. They wanted to make it look like a 9
right,
on the outside, and they did. It's just that, the cost of that is a bit of that hinge, but,
right. So I'm gonna load up. I got this video loaded up here where they do show the front of it, but they don't show. Here we go.
I
They
think that's why I
show
got this Obsidian because you can't see the hinge as much
right,
as the porcelain one.
right,
That's why I got this color. It kinda
right.
disappears a little more.
So they're gonna show the front of the phone in this clip right here. This is they're gonna go all the way at the end, and they're gonna show the front. See, these angles make it look like it's a smaller hinge, but I just don't think it is, man.
That's what I'm saying. You have to
Oh,
see the
that's
outer
there it is.
display.
Oh, they flipped it around. Now they're showing this side. Yeah, see, now they're showing. I saw another one.
Yeah, that's all the flattering angles, and it still looks like a 9 Pro Fold to me if you just look at
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I don't know. It's the trickery. So it's the trickery that we don't. I
So
just
see, JoJo knows something, but she is not privy to say. Without breaking any NDAs, I'll just keep insisting that I want the 10 Fold versus the 9, so
yeah.
there you go.
I just don't think it's gonna be enough for me to give up my OG fold for $800. That sounds crazy, but I just love the form factor, and I just if the 9 folds or if the 10 folds hinge is smaller and much slimmer than the 9 fold, maybe I'll give it a shot. But I'm still not going to trade anything in. Probably I'll just rather just buy it. I can't do it. I can't give up my original fold. I'd hate to be very disappointed, and then I can't get my phone back. You know, if I trade it in. Well, but if you trade in
Yeah.
though, you don't have to. You just don't send it in. But I'm not a fan of returns. I don't like doing returns. I would just sell it or put it on my desk and go back to it for reviews or something. I hate doing returns. But if I were to get it and I say, hey, oh, I guess I could do that though. Apply it like I'm going to trade it in if they give a good enough trade-in value. Speaking of trading values, what are the trading values you think they're going to do on the 9 lineup?
I mean, if it's anything like past history, I'm not counting on trade-in values from Google. Um, it's not been good. I mean, even on the 9 Pro Fold, like I forgot how I got it, but I didn't pay full price. I finagled
Yeah.
something. It was maybe it's through Best Buy or something. I got some
Yeah.
kind of a trade deal, plus I had like gift cards or something. So
Yeah.
this came down to something fairly reasonable, I think. But I wasn't coming out of pocket full price for that. So,
Mm-mm.
and I don't think I'd want to do that for the 10 either. So
$1,800.
usually I'll figure something out. And usually Google Fi has some good deals.
Oh
If
yeah.
you're a Fi customer,
Yeah.
they'll usually have like, just keep it activated for 3 or 4 months and we'll give you
Yeah.
like a ton off the phone.
Yeah.
So
$600, $700 off.
off the
But that,
bat too. No trade in.
yeah,
Off
no
the bat,
trade
they'll
in.
just discount it like several $100. Like it's a
Yeah,
lot.
they have really good. That's how I plan on. I put them. I sold all of my 9 lineup except for my A. My 9A. I actually like the 9A. Believe it or not, I can't believe I'm saying that, but I clown that phone. But actually, after getting it, I was like, man, this is a good phone. This is a
And now it's
solid
on sale
phone.
now for like extra $100
Yeah,
off. So
three
it's
ninety
like
nine. It's on sale for 399. Let me go back in here. I'll show you. We'll go back to the website. It's on sale for 399. There it is, right there. This is a excellent deal. This is a phenomenal deal. $100 off.
yeah, because going back to Pixel, because like I said, I just put my SIM card back in it, getting ready for next week, and like going back to Pixel, it's nice. It's actually nice going back to Pixel because things like small things like the haptics, you don't
Yep.
realize you miss it until you didn't have it. So there's a lot of nice touches in just using the phone, haptics and animations and all the things. Just little touches about using a Pixel again that
Yeah,
I missed and you forget about. So
absolutely. What's your favorite color of the latest phones that not just this one, but just like what's
I
the
mean, the
best color that
color
they've
of the year
released?
this year for the Pro is gonna be their Moonstone, that kinda
Absolutely.
grayish, violetish kinda
Absolutely.
color. And then on the standard 10 is gonna be that blue because blue's the color of the year. Samsung's brought out their
Yep.
blue. Pixel's coming out with their blue,
Yep.
kind of like an electric blue. So,
Yeah.
like, the standard 10 has all the bright colors, right? It's got that nice electric blue. It's gonna have I guess, the lemon color again and a
Yeah.
bunch of
That
bright
was the
bright
worst color.
colors. And then the
That
Pro's gonna be
lime
the
color
muted
was the
colors,
worst.
right? Pro's
Yeah.
gonna be the muted colors, this Moonstone, and otherwise, I think it's just obsidian and porcelain again, so
Why do they do that? Why do they give the pro models these very dull flat colors?
because it looks more professional, pro.
Says who?
It it looks
Because it
better in a
says pro on the end of it?
professional environment. You don't want anything loud.
Man, I tell you,
So you get
that
the
is the
basic black,
strangest.
basic black works for everything, and then
Yeah.
we'll give you something a little bit lighter, which is the porcelain, and then this one's kinda more muted, so it doesn't
Yeah.
scream, stand out in a work environment, I guess.
I don't know who made these rules, or who came up with these ideas of this was a professional color.
I think that's
Uh,
a US thing.
it gotta
In the
be
US, it's like
because
you have to have the basic black and.
overseas it's completely different. It's the opposite. You go crazy, like you have all these wild colors and stuff, and you're normal, so to speak. All the traveling I've done, this is considered boring, like black and white. It's just boring just to get these gray phones. That's
That's what I'm saying. The Pro, you're gonna have to get the Moonstone, otherwise it's the same
yeah,
colors as last year, and then the 10 has all the fun colors, so
yeah. That's even that. Even saying that, like a color is fun. Like who labeled a color as fun? This sounds weird to me. Just because it's red or purple, that it's fun. You know what I mean? Like that's
well,
kind of
something
strange.
stands out. It stands
Yeah.
out.
I'm I'm I think I'm fun and I don't stand out. I'm pretty
I don't know, you kinda
quiet
stand
in the
out.
corner.
You're like 6'5", 6'6". You think you hard to miss.
I mean, I wish I had that photo of me and JoJo. I took it. Me and JoJo were in New York recently.
That's why it must be easy great at an event, just like, if you look out in the sea of people, you'll see Jay's head sticking
Yeah.
out, like
I was standing next to Joe. Me and JoJo took several photos, but I was I thought JoJo was like 5'5", 5'7", easy. She looks tall on her videos and stuff, and like. But then I saw her take photos with Gigi, and I saw her take photos with LaShawn, and I think it was LaShawn was in the photo, and then Wayne was in there, and Barry was in there. Um, and I was like, she can't be. Gigi is the one that's what, like 5'7", I think. I gotta hang out with Gigi soon. I'm supposed to be in Alabama and at one point coming up, and I gotta swing over there and to North Carolina and Atlanta. Go over to NCT. But yeah, as far as phone colors, man, I don't know about something being fun or professional, but I get it. I've been in plenty of meetings where people are using phones that especially at the ZTE events. Remember the ZTE events? It was they had gold phone. It was different. ZTE had a phone, and mine is behind me in my cabinet. But I think gold is a color, depending on how it's done, it's considered professional. Because I think the Axon
Well, I mean,
7 was one of the most beautiful phones ever made. It still
it
is.
like those brands will do gold because of the Chinese market. So
Yes.
like
Yes.
Huawei, all those guys would do gold, right? Some variation of
Yes.
gold because that's a color for the Chinese
Yes.
market.
Yes.
Well, gold is kind of like the opposite thing here, right? It's like too ostentatious or whatever, right? It stands out too much.
Yeah.
Like all the companies agreed upon it. This is what the professional colors look like because Apple does it, Samsung does it, right? It's like
Yes.
the pro models are like, we'll give you a black, we'll give you some kind of variation of
Yeah.
the white,
Yeah.
right? That's it. Maybe a
Porcelain
silver,
is nice. Porcelain is like a very nice color. I really like porcelain. For a lighter phone, I don't prefer a white phone,
Yeah,
even
that's
though
their
I have
gold, but it's a muted gold. That's their
exactly,
gold.
exactly, exactly. And even on the OG Fold, it has gold on the hinge, like a brighter gold on the hinge, but it's a very flat, muted gold, like you say, like a pale cream color, which is I think it's beautiful. I think that is just one of the most beautiful. Porcelain is probably one of the top colors. If I had to choose a color to stay with for like a long, as long as the sides are like the sides on the non-glossy. I don't like stainless steel sides. I hate stainless steel sides. I think they're. I don't like all the fingerprints. Hawks, what's going on? I see you, Micah. I see you guys coming in. JoJo is the fun size. JoJo is fun size. JoJo says she's fun size. Yeah, I don't know about the colors that are coming out for the I don't want Obsidian anymore. I had Obsidian. I liked Obsidian for a short window. I started buying Obsidian phones. I got an Obsidian from Google, then I ended up buying an Obsidian because once I saw it in person, I was like, "Ooh, I like this." But now I just don't. And honestly, now that Samsung has brought the colors they brought, the blue on the Samsung, and my iPad is in the other room over there, but my iPad's blue is beautiful, just like the Samsung blue. You know that blue they have on the iPad. That's a good looking blue. And so I think these companies probably get together and say, "Hey, this is the colors that we're bringing out this year. Let's make these popular." Because Google bringing out that blue version, that deeper blue, that's probably going to sell the most, like you said. It's
Yeah,
just no way
and
it
then
won't.
you have to get the Moonstone if you get any of the pro models.
Yeah,
Otherwise, no one's gonna know you have the latest 10 because
right,
they're gonna look the same.
right,
So guaranteed, if they sell any of these, it's all gonna be Moonstone.
absolutely. Because it's the newer one, like on Apple's iPhone coming up, the
The
orange
only
and
way
the
people are
blue.
gonna know you have the new one, because otherwise it looks
Exactly,
exactly the same.
exactly. Because if those colors are official for Apple, there's going to be an orange one and a blue one.
Moonstone is last year's Hazel. Hazel was the color last year.
Yes.
Moonstone's the year is gonna be the one this
Hazel.
year.
I still have my
Yeah,
Hazel watch. I have several
this one.
Google watches. Yes,
This is
that's
cool because it looks
beautiful.
different in different colors. It
That
can
is
kind of look
beautiful.
grayish. It can look greenish.
That's beautiful. I like that when it turns
So
from the
Moonstone's
gray to
gonna kinda be
green.
like that. I think different lighting, it'll look a little bit different, so
Yeah.
Moonstone will be the same way.
Yes. That Hazel is freaking beautiful.
Because
It
this
was
band is
sold out.
considered this is their Moonstone band,
Yes.
and so but the phone looks a little bit different color from this, so.
Yeah. It's gonna be a little off. But that Hazel, dude, the Hazel's the one I was shooting for. And I have the Hazel watch and everything, but it kept selling out. And so I said, screw it. I'm just gonna get whatever I get. So I really like that the eclectic, different color that's offered by companies. I think that's just the best way to go. So if Google, that was a good question you asked. Like, what are they gonna have to do to get me to actually want the folds? And it's gonna have to be the hinge. That hinge is way too big. Now that I've experienced all these slim hinges like this is crazy. I mean, it's like it's not even there. So once that hinge comes down, and I'm not saying they have to do the same thing as Samsung or Apple or any of the other companies, Vivo, Honor. They just need to make it smaller. It's too big. It doesn't. It feels chunky next to the other phones. But we don't know. They might shock us and They might bring out the 10 and it might look completely different than what they're showing us. It might be a lot slimmer. And they need that aha moment too. I think Google needs an aha moment. They have to have one. There's no way that they can come out with something now and not have that aha moment. Apple's
I don't
gonna
know.
have a
I think the hardware's the hardware at this point. They've already shown it too. So I don't think it's gonna be much slimmer than what it already is in the 9. Um,
no. I mean, they need to
so
bring an aha for a device. They have to have something to be
oh,
like,
yeah, well, it's not gonna be this
hey,
year.
yeah.
They've already shown it. It's not that. So
You know what I saw the
that's what
craziest
I'm saying.
thing?
What is it gonna have to take? Because whatever they've shown, it looks very similar. If it's refined in any way, it's gonna be very minor. It's gonna be very minor.
A
So,
secret
you know,
device. Like maybe they
after
have a
that, the only don't across the whole lineup, the only things that, if all the rumors are true, the only big things that are gonna come out hardware-wise is the new Tensor chip. You're gonna get some MagSafe capability and then bigger battery.
And believe it or not, there are
So
people still. I saw a video go out today saying leaks on the Pixel device is what we know so far. I'm like, what? They're showing everything. You just go to Google's YouTube channel or the website. There's no leaks. They've shown it all. There's nothing else to leak. It's out there. So I'm hopeful that there's a secret device that we don't know about. Wouldn't it be sweet though if they came out with a device that's like 5.5 millimeters or something? Just bring it out just because. You know what I mean? Like just because. I think that would kind of send people in a whirlwind of excitement. And it's the same device, just thinner.
yeah, it's just it's impossible to do nowadays, though. That's the only problem, right? But it would be fun if you saw a company do all the teasers like Google did and say,
Yep.
"Nah, forget all that," and they just bring out
Oh
something completely
man,
different.
that would be. But
But
all the case manufacturers have
that's
already,
impossible.
yeah, I
It's
already got
impossible
cases
now.
right here for the Pixel 10 and the Pixel 10 Pro. So I already know, unless there's some secret device, yeah,
No, it's impossible to once it goes into production, there's too many points of failure in the supply chain process to keep everybody silent. So
right, yeah.
it's impossible.
And people love to be first. They love to, speaking of being first, shout out to Carl, man, at Thinborn. He's already put up a video with the case for the S26 Ultra. I'm like, what the frick, Carl? Like you, we got into January, dude. Come on, take it down. Let's. It's up though. It's up and out. He does not care. He's like, this is what I just got in. I'm like, whoa. Like he literally has just put it out there. I'm like, wow. And so there won't, like you said, it won't be a situation where um, it can remain a secret. It's just not going to happen. Companies are just not going to do it. They're going to like when Google released it, there did that first announcement. I already had the emails like a couple hours later with companies with the cases, like saying, "Hey, do you want a package?" I'm like, "What the heck?" Like within an hour of Google displaying the little teaser that they did,
Or
I
they could
just,
come out with 2 folds. They could come out with the 10 that they're showing, and they could come out with, like, a mini one that's more like the OG one.
ooh, oh, dude,
But that would've leaked already too, but that would've been pretty sweet.
a
And it
mini
wouldn't make any sense for them
fold?
to have 2 folds. I mean, that would make 0 sense,
Not
but, I mean,
necessarily.
that'd be fun. It'd be fun.
Yeah, because they don't have a flip fold. Now that would be a nice comeback if they surprised us with a flip fold, like a flip. Oh, they need to capitalize in that market too because they're missing out. They're missing out big time. They're not in that area at all.
That's what I'm saying. They won't come out with 2 folds if they don't have a flip, because that's the reason probably why they're not coming out with a flip, because they don't want 2 kind of foldable devices. It's not it's too costly for them to have both of them in their lineup probably, is my guess. Otherwise, you would do the flip too.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
for them,
I'll
they're
be
probably
I'll
not
be on the
selling
flip
enough
right away.
they're not selling enough folds, so they don't wanna take a risk and have another kind of folding device that maybe not doesn't sell, like, as well, and, you're gonna be taking the loss on that one, so
How do you think their
but
numbers are doing?
Samsung doesn't care. They
Oh yeah,
they have all the resources at their disposal,
oh yeah,
all the way through manufacturing to just throw
absolutely.
whatever they want out there, right?
How
Someone comes up with an idea, they'll just be like, "Okay, we'll just go make that." And they'll whip it up real quick and, they'll throw it out there because they control everything from design to manufacture. They can just do whatever, so but
how
Google
many
can't do that.
how many Google Pixel 9, 9 Pros, and 9 Pro XLs did they sell? Do you know?
Google 9 Pro and 9 Pro, I don't have no
Let
idea.
me let me
I
see if
can't
I can.
imagine. No, it's not much because if they're behind Motorola in the US in sales, it can't be a lot.
Let me see if
They're
I can
number f
find.
they're number 4 in US sales overall, so
Oh yeah.
definitely not many.
So the Pixel 9 series propelled Google into the best 3 months ever for phone sales. So the first 3 months is where they did the best.
Yeah,
Um,
best for them, but overall probably not
yeah,
the.
no.
But I
Yeah,
do see a lot of pixels around here. But again, I'm
you're
live
in
in
an
a
area,
an area
yeah,
where everyone has everything, right? I live in Northern California,
yeah,
Silicon Valley specifically, right? But still,
yeah,
I still see more pixels than I saw before around here. So,
yeah.
oh, and
I'm trying
Japan,
to.
Japan, Google is big in Japan.
Oh yes.
Google's
Oh
big in
yeah.
Japan. They hit that market hard. They market hard there too because every time I go there, I see a ton of advertising for Pixel everywhere. I see people with Pixel phones. So
Yeah.
they hit Japan market pretty hard as far as advertising and everything, and people are buying them. I see Pixels
Absolutely.
a lot there. It was predominantly all iPhone, and now you're seeing more and more Pixels over there.
Okay, as of right now, Google's market share in North America was 4.8 and now it's 12.8 because of the as of October from September to October it jumped is what it said. That was in 2023. So now they're
See,
sitting
so
at
making it look more like the iPhone worked as a
yeah.
strategy then, right?
Yeah.
Because you sell based on hardware, right? People are gonna if
Yeah.
they don't like the look of it, they're not gonna buy it. And so
But that's a
clearly, I think
combination. That's a combination of their sales
because it
for
was a big deal,
Q3.
right? When the 9 series came out, that was a talking point. "Oh, this looks a
Yeah.
lot like the iPhone," and everyone
Yeah.
loved that direction, right, from a
Yeah.
design perspective, and they loved the hardware. That's what sold it, but
Yeah. That's ultimately what it was. But having double digit numbers for them is good. And I don't think they really care too much
I
about
mean, going from 4 to
hardware.
12% and tripling your sales like that, that's
Yes.
huge. That's huge. Even
Yes.
though the bottom line number may not be that big, that's huge leap for them,
Yeah.
for anybody.
Do you think they could grab attention? I think they could grab. This will be an opportunity for them now that their market share is up to give that nostalgia device, bring back a limited edition Nexus device, bring back just something in their past that did very. The
Still a
Nexus
small
lineup was
market
good.
though,
It is a small
right?
market, but
You're still selling to the nerds, right? So it's still gonna be a
yeah,
really small market.
but they got to do something because I love Google products, but I don't officially use one as my primary anymore. I go back to it like on my second phone number or whatever, but it hasn't been a primary phone number until recently because I'm preparing myself to get back in the stride of the Google software or whatever, and just being full throttle because I'm going to have to be to review the phone. But that spark that I had because I like stock Android. But honestly, man, I just had to give it up. The other OEMs are just doing something to keep me more interested. That's just Google's marketing has never been what other OEMs have been because they don't use their money that way. Google is a big company. They have tons of money, just like Samsung, but they're making so much money on ad revenue and software. Their focus isn't really hardware. So it's like they're making these phones just to please a certain group of people. I don't think they're even looking to take over the masses.
It's clearly not a top priority in the company. Like,
Yeah.
I think, whenever they started the hardware division, the people who had that vision kinda brought Google and the rest of the Alphabet Google along, right? They kinda brought them along kicking and screaming, and they just did it because they had some money. But it wasn't like it didn't seem like a company priority, right? Because you're right,
Yeah.
like Alphabet as a whole is flush with cash. They have
Oh
a
yeah.
ton of cash,
Oh
right? And
yeah.
so, they could do whatever the hell they want. So if they really wanted
Yes.
to push harder on phones and hardware, they could, but
Yes.
clearly, right, they're not getting the margins aren't there, the overall revenue is not gonna be there. So as a top part, they're not gonna care, right?
Yeah.
There's so many competing priorities within Google and within
Yeah.
overall Alphabet in general, right?
Yeah.
That this is not gonna be a priority if it doesn't show any kind of
Yeah.
number. For them, it's about the bottom line, right? And so if
Yeah.
it's not showing anything, it's not gonna get up to the top ranks for them to really
Yeah.
care. That's the
Alphabet as a
sad part.
whole right now sits at $2.48 trillion. So they have a ton of cash.
Oh, yeah, they're flush with cash. They make
Yeah.
more in a quarter than people make in a year.
Absolutely. Yeah, we
A
talked about
ton.
that. They make
Yeah.
a boatload of money. Um and it's just I just think their priority like going to over to the left for just a second. BlackBerry. Some people think BlackBerry is just has failed and fallen apart, but people forget about enterprise. You know how many companies licensed enterprise from BlackBerry? Like tons. Enterprise was their bread and butter anyway. A lot of people
Well,
didn't know that.
that's how Apple eventually got into that, right? I mean, because
Absolutely.
BlackBerry kinda went away, then it went all went to Microsoft, and then Apple saw an opening, right? Because, like, everyone probably doesn't like their Microsoft stuff, right?
Right.
From a hardware perspective, so like,
Right.
"Yeah, we'll just come in and we'll make iPhone business friendly." And so everyone loves their iPhone, right?
Right. People don't credit the BlackBerry Enterprises have done much, but back in the day, they were worth billions of dollars. They're still worth billions today. But
Yeah, enterprise plus government, right? They have major government
oh
contracts,
yes,
and that's a lot of money in itself. So yeah, for sure.
yes. Let me look at some of these comments in here, man. Shout out to Uno Nice. I see you here. Hope you're enjoying that fold. Uno Nice was one of the few people that traded in his Fold 4. And he got one of the everybody who traded in a Fold 4 got the best deal on the internet for Samsung. $800 for a Fold 4 was one of the best deals that Samsung had. A Fold 4, him and everybody else who traded in their Fold 4s, they got $800, and that I think that was one of the best trade-in deals on a folding phone. And he has the Fold 5 and 6, I believe. I think he does still, but that Fold 4, $800, that's a phenomenal deal.
Yeah,
I would have
it's
done it
just
too.
because the 6 was 1,000, so $800
Exactly,
for a 4.
exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
That
If they
was
gave you $800 for the original
oh man,
Pixel Fold,
I don't know,
I mean,
man.
$1,000 is a no-brainer, right? If they give you $1,000 for the original
Oh,
one
it's
to
on. It's
trade
gone.
in,
It's gone. Whether I like it or not, like you said, I will just go
I
buy
mean, this is
another
all
OG Fold.
hypothetical. That'll never happen because Google
Yeah,
trading values are terrible. But
yeah.
what if Google Fi gives you a tremendous deal? Because Fi always has some good deals, especially in the Pixel
They
stuff.
do. And for people like us who have been with them since Project Fi, we get the best deals. I don't have to. A lot of times, people have to keep
And
it
no
active
trade
for
in,
four
and
months.
it's all up front
Yeah,
discount.
I don't typically have to do that with Google. With Fi sometimes. Sometimes they'll just give me the discount and it's just there. I'm like, whoa! So I just pay for the device. I pay like $200 or $400, whatever the device is, and it's mine,
Yeah, it's
and
all
it's
up front,
unlocked.
completely
Yeah,
upfront discount. Yeah.
yeah, I like that. I'm glad I stayed with them. I did their beta testing. They invited me to beta test or something like that. Then if I like it, I just start paying for it or whatever. So I was like, yeah, this is nice. So I've been with them since Project Fi, and I think it's been great. So, but that's a good way to get Google products through Google Fi. And you can have a new product every year at a huge discount with no trade in. Yeah. And they do referrals too. I'm tapped out on referrals, unfortunately. That's one thing I don't like about Google Fi. They tap you out on your referrals. They only allow you to get so many referrals because you're getting money back. You're getting credits back. And they tapped me out like years ago. Like I think they cap you off at like $2,000 or $3,000 in credits, like for referrals. Because at one point they had $100 per referral. It's normally $20, but at one point they had $100 for each person you refer. And I went through that 100. I went through those people so quick, and now it says in there, you've exhausted your credits for referrals. It's unfortunate, but I think that would be nice if they brought that back because then they can probably pick up the business a little bit more.
But that
But
is another one. I'm impressed that Google stuck with Fi this long. I figured they would have pulled the plug on that, but
I
they
know
must be getting a decent amount of subscribers. But
they are. Let me check
that's a service that I thought wouldn't have lasted, to be honest.
Google Fi subscriber count. Let's see what they um see what they're at.
Because it's kind of like Google Fiber, right? I think
Yes.
Fiber they still exist in certain markets, but it's very limited. But Fi was one of those things where I really didn't think was going to last. But
Let me
because wireless
see.
is a tough market, right? And so I figured, and Google pulls a plug in things so quickly that I
Whoa.
wouldn't have thought they would have stuck with it.
Okay, I got the number. How many people do you think they have on Google Fi?
Like I was saying, not a lot. I didn't think it would be a lot,
I
but
thought it was
I
gonna
said
be
it must be because they stuck with it. So
it. They must make a lot of money monthly off of people because the number is way lower in comparison to the big three.
oh yeah, well of course.
It's about just over 500,000 subscribers.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I can't believe that. That can't be right.
Yeah, that's definitely not worth keeping that around.
It's got to be more than. Let me check somewhere else.
It's got to cost them way more to support that service than
Yeah, let me see how many people. Okay, here we go. Here it is. It's a few million. A few million.
still.
I don't know where that
Like
500,000 come from, but it's a few million. But still, they
that's
must
still
be.
not great.
They're making because what if everybody doesn't have the plan I have? What if people are paying for unlimited? Remember, they didn't always have unlimited either. So they have three levels of unlimited now, I believe, like 35, 55, and 65 or something like that, or whatever it is. What if more people are on the single plan? They're making a lot of money if people are on the single unlimited plan. And then you can add a phone line on, and it's affordable. So what if they're getting on average $65 a month from subscribers, and they have 2.5 million people? That's a lot of money. I don't fall into that category. I don't I have the regular basic that they offered me way back when I started the account. Because if you try to cancel, you're gonna lose it. So I just have that basic. I think it's $10 or something like that, or whatever I pay to have Google Fi. So I won't be canceling my plan anytime soon. I thought about doing it at one time, but I didn't. But that's a big piece of change they could have. And then people buying phones and stuff like that. So I guess it's lucrative for them to keep it around. I thought it would be a lot less. That 500,000, I thought something was wrong with that. But
Well, that's what I'm saying. Either they're making enough
it's a
for
three
it to
million,
make
about
it
three
worth their
million or
while,
so.
or just no one's paying attention. So
Yeah, yeah. Because Google Fi is actually good service. It's actually good service. When I would travel, when I didn't have Verizon service network, I had Google Fi only. I had it with T-Mobile at the time, but T-Mobile would cut out and Google Fi would keep going. Especially when I got to Louisiana, when I would travel every time Louisiana, Google Fi would just be perfect because there's some mountains and stuff up there with just no service. Google Fi will be flawless, and so that's what prompted me to keep them around. But yeah, Fi is definitely a good place if you want to start service and get a Google phone every year. Just stay with it. Like, don't join just to get new phones. Join because the service is good. Because it actually is really good. And who's on? Who do they use? They use U.S. Cellular, T-Mobile, and someone else.
it's I think it's all T-Mobile now. It used to be
Is
T-Mobile
it?
and US Cellular, I think. Yeah, it was US
Yeah.
Cellular and T-Mobile. Um, but I think it's pretty much exclusively T-Mobile now.
Let me see. Who does Google? They use T-Mobile. Oh wow, yeah, you're
And it
right.
didn't matter to me because we don't have US Cellular here. So
Yeah, we have U.S. Cellular here.
it was always T-Mobile for me anyway.
For
So
me, I remember it switching back and forth between U.S. Cellular,
and
but
T-Mobile was
now
not great here.
it switches between Sprint and T-Mobile, and T-Mobile is Sprint now. So
I
Sprint is
have to keep
T-Mobile.
switching networks around here. Like T-Mobile was pretty good. Now it's not that great.
Wow.
Verizon was really good. Then Verizon kind of took a dip. So I
Yeah.
switched over to AT&T and AT&T's been okay.
Yeah.
So it just depends. Like I find the networks keep going up and down around here. So
Yeah.
that's why I use US Mobile because on US Mobile
Oh, they're great.
I can go between all three networks without
Yeah.
switching providers.
Yeah.
I can just
Y-
change a network on the fly.
U.S. Mobile is really solid. Another slept on MVNO. They call them MVNO companies, right? Another slept on.
Their service is great because you can switch the service
Yes.
on your line anytime you want.
Yep.
So I
I
can go
really
from
like them.
AT&T to Verizon to T-Mobile on my line whenever I want.
US Mobile, let me pull up their site real quick. I have an account with them. I just haven't used it in a long time. I'd have to take my number over to them again. Let me see. Let me see
I
here.
use it too because like I've got some of my family members on a pooled plan because they don't
Yeah.
use much data. They
Yep.
use very little data. So I just put like 3 people on like a 5 gig plan.
Right.
So I pay like what, $30 for 3 people a month.
Yeah.
And the benefit there is because they live in different parts of the country,
Absolutely.
I can put them on the service that works best in their area.
Yeah. See, look at
So
these plans are
it's super
ridiculously good.
flexible. US
These are
Mobile is super flexible.
these are some great plans. The only thing
Yeah, it's
about
not
them
just good,
is,
it's not just cheap, but it's flexible.
oh, it's
Like the
good
net
service.
you can have different any 3 of the major networks. You can have any 3 of the major networks on the same pooled plan if you want, a different one per line. And each line you can switch between any of the networks anytime.
Yeah. They
So if
they
you're in an
have
area where your networks are stable, that's probably not a big deal for you. But like
yeah.
here in California where I live, networks keep going up and down. So I keep switching to the best available network. And then, like I said, family members live in multiple, different areas of the country, so they can each
Yeah.
have the network that works best for them. So
Darkstar. I they sent out.
no ad. I'm not being paid by US
No,
Mobile.
no,
I'm
no.
just
Yeah,
saying
no.
it's
But
really
he's for real
flexible,
though
so I
because
use it.
I use them too. I have an account with them too, but that number I end up giving it to my nephew or someone. Um, but the Dark Star, have any? I know you tried Dark Star, Grant. You have Dark Star,
That's
right?
AT&T. Yeah, that's AT&T. That's why I
Yeah,
find it hilarious that they call it Dark Star
I
because
know. Dark Star is service was phenomenal, dude. I mean, the service unbelievably good. They gave me a sample like in my account. They said, "Hey, we're gonna give you this for 30 days," and I was just like, "Ah, it's gonna be all right." But man, it is good. It is good.
yeah, AT&T wasn't
Obviously,
always great around here, but it's kind of the best in my area right now. Like Verizon took a little bit of a dip, and T-Mobile was kind of never great ever since
yeah.
the changeover that they had. So
Yeah. This is where they're different from Visible. Visible has unlimited hotspot. Like I had a power outage one time for a week, like a week, dude. No internet for a week. And I used my hotspot on Visible to power. I was literally editing. I wasn't doing a lot of uploading, but I was doing some uploading. But Visible's has unlimited hotspot. And it's ridiculous. That's if you're
yeah,
going to go with a starter plan.
US Mobile does unlimited hotspot on AT&T only. on their
Mm.
unlimited premium AT&T, and you get unlimited hotspot.
Yeah, because I'm doing it on the Verizon network, and it is sick. Share. Come on, buddy. There we go. Yeah,
Yeah,
it is
Verizon was
sick.
like the best. Verizon was the best around here for a while, and they kind of took a little bit of a dip from me. So I was like,
Yeah.
ah. So I
Do
went
they
to
have phones on here too? Like you can shop for phones. Yeah. Look at these
limited
discounts.
choices, but they're giving that real deal on that Pixel 9.
Yeah, that's
It's
what I
like
was going to say.
$200 or whatever.
Because it's getting ready to drop. Like
They're just trying to get rid of their stock, but it's like for a
this
while
is
they're giving
a
them away for like $20.
phenomenal deal on the XL, man. This is crazy. That's a good
Yeah,
deal.
for
And
customers, they're just giving it away for like $200.
yes.
No tricks, no nothing. You just flat out buy it.
Yep. That's right at the top up here too, because they want to get rid of them. And this 9A for $150 off, phenomenal deal. The 9A, I think, is a slept-on A-line device, but it is different. It doesn't have the same looks or whatever. But
I think they're doing home phone now too. They're with the internet phone stuff.
oh
So
yeah, it's some good dark
not that
side.
anybody has landlines anymore, but
I know, right? There you go, right there. Yep. Yeah,
yeah,
their
I mean
phone
they're
selection.
not the cheapest plans, but
Yeah,
they're definitely affordable. They're going to be way cheaper than your big three, right? If you go
yeah.
directly to
They
any
don't
direct to them,
have. They
so they'll be
don't
cheaper, but
have.
they're flexible.
Yeah, and they don't have a big selection of phones either. They don't have
No,
this
they're not
ginormous
about the
selection of
hardware stuff. They're
phones.
not. No,
Yeah,
they're
they
trying to just get
they
their service off the ground. So
yeah, and they've been trying for a while, and they give out sponsorships like crazy. Like if you're a tech creator, they'll give you a sponsorship. If they reach out to you, take it because they'll give you like a year a year service, or I think they gave me like 7 months or a year or something one time a while back. And that's how I actually started testing their network, and that's why I ended up paying for service with them. I was like, man, this was a good. I got used to it. That's their plan. So they gave me free service for 6 months or whatever it was, and then I was like, I like this. I'm getting ready
yeah.
to
So if they
switch.
do, then clip out this part of the stream and then send it to them.
Right? Yeah,
Hey,
because
genuinely use their service and love it. So
yeah, their service is good, man. I mean, like you said, it has the advantage. It has the advantage of switching networks on the fly. So we can't not talk about it. Apple. The leaks
we
on
can not talk about it.
we can't not talk about
They're
it.
making it easy to not talk about it, but
I know, right? Apple's coming. Well, Apple comes up in right after Google. They're coming up right after Google. 1 month afterwards, theirs is going to be ready. But before we go to Apple, the Google says their phone's going to be ready in 5 days, right? 7 days.
yeah, they said shipping in a week, the 28th or whatever.
Yeah,
Supposedly, there's a
that's
rumor.
that's going to be quick for them. Did they do it like that last year? Do you remember?
It was I think it was pretty quick. I don't know if it was a week, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a week or not, but
And Apple's coming out on September 9th is their event. So
that's gonna be right around the
right on the
corner.
heels of Google, you know.
The Apple. Okay, now so we offline we talk a lot about this, but I am interested in the iPhone Air, if that's what it's gonna be called. That's the only one I'm interested in.
And more stuff came out about the Air. I think they were floating around the dummy unit and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's been a few dummy units going around for a while now. I
But
mean,
in
like,
that blue is nice. So
yeah, let me see if I can find
it's
it.
like a baby blue. That's the latest one that was circulating.
Let me find some images. Oh yeah, that's
That
that's gonna
sky blue one.
that's gonna be. Let me share this. This is gonna probably be. I'm trying to think which article I want to go on here. There's different models here on what I'm looking at here,
Phone
but
Arena, JoJo's got an article on it.
right. Let's go to Apple Insider because they always it's an Apple stuff. The colors are confirmed. So let me show you here. These are the confirmed colors right here. So I like the porcelain looking one in here, and I like the blue one.
Yep, that blue one, that's a dummy unit going around in that sky
Yeah.
blue.
What do you think? What do you think about this, man? I mean, what do you think? You think they could have added another camera here? They should have.
I don't see the whole point of the camera bar with one camera.
Yeah. Just don't. I don't understand this.
I get why the 16E has one camera, but this one
Yeah.
they could at least do two. You know, they could do this standard and the ultra wide like everyone else, but
I don't get it.
choosing not to. I mean,
Greed.
I'm not an engineer, so I can't say that you can definitely, but you know,
That's a
if
bar
Samsung
on
can do
there.
it, if Samsung can do it with the Edge, you can do it with this.
Yeah, because the Edge has two cameras on it, and it is absolutely great, man. It's thin, This is gonna be thinner than the Edge though by
But Apple's gonna say
point
you only
3.
need one camera, just like they did with the
They're gonna
16e.
say
One
we
camera, you can one camera, you can
yeah.
zoom. You don't need 2 or 3 cameras.
Yeah, yeah, they're gonna
But
do
yet with a Pro, they're
digital.
gonna say you need 3 cameras. So
I I just don't see the point of this. It at least it's uniformed. At least it's uniformed. Like those ugly Pro models are hideous. This is a lot more uniform to me. It's
but
a
if they
space in
market
the
it like the
middle.
16e, they're almost the 16e marketing on that camera,
Yeah,
they're like, "It's really 2 cameras in one." I'm like, "No, it's not. It's 1
it's
camera in
one
1."
camera.
And it's like, "No, it's 2 cameras in 1." I'm like, "No, it's 1
Is this
camera."
how they're
Like,
marketing this? They're
it's
marketing this.
borderline, what do you wanna call that? False marketing, like, they're
It
calling it
is
2 cameras. I'm like, no, it's not."
lawsuit.
But clearly
Lawsuit.
clearly it's legal because Apple's
It
got
is.
a army of legal people that said so
It is. If I were going to choose between one of
or they'll
these,
make it legal, they'll make it legal,
which one would you choose? Which color would you go with?
See, this is the standard. See, you got the standard business colors. You got your black,
Yeah,
your white, and then now they're gonna give you some
nuts.
variation of gold. And so the only color here is blue. So,
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the
if
only
you
one
want
that's
color, you
color.
have no choice but to go with that blue. Again, it's gonna be the blue. If you're gonna buy one, you're gonna buy the blue one. So
I like the white and the blue. I like the white and the blue. I don't like the dark
I still
color.
like black. The matte black still looks good.
The
I still
matte
like
black looks
matte black.
good. When it's glossy on the I don't like any kind of
For a while, I was
glossy.
avoiding black devices because it got boring, but then the matte black
Yeah.
stuff looks good. So I have a lot of matte black stuff.
Yeah.
It's nice.
That blue is it's eclectic. I have to see all angles. Let me see if I can find a dummy unit.
Yeah, that
Uh
blue dummy unit one's going around.
let me see if I can
It's a little bit
find it
different
here.
from that color. It's actually, I think, a nicer color.
Let me see if I can find it here.
But just from a uniqueness standpoint, this one is nice. It's just like the Edge, and I think it should be thinner than the Edge, when the Edge is crazy thin. So
Yeah.
I think from a uniqueness standpoint, it'll be cool because I actually liked carrying around the Edge for a while. It's super light, and we lost Jay for a moment, but I'm assuming he'll be back. But with that Edge, I think
Oh, there we
yeah,
go.
there you go. There you
Okay, I
go.
don't know what happened. It's storming outside. We had thunder and lightning, so
I
hopefully.
just don't think I could do it with one camera, but I wouldn't mind trying the Air, just because I know I like carrying around the Edge from
I
Samsung. So
love the Edge, man.
I'm sure I'll like carrying around this Air. I just don't think I could just deal with one camera.
Oh, I see the dummy unit you're talking about now. Let me go to it. I
Because
see the dummy unit.
it's not just like the telephoto thing. It's a max zoom will probably be like 10x.
Yeah, let me
And
share
it's kind of
this.
it'll be like a really bad 10x. So
Let me share this window here because I see the dummy unit that you're talking about now. This is it right here.
yeah, there it is. See that blue at the top? That's a much nicer blue to me.
Yeah, hopefully it's not like that pale blue, like on the Mac, like my MacBook M4. It's a
Like
really
the one that you
pale
showed
blue.
before, that was really pale. I like this blue.
Yeah, that one on top looks
Yeah.
fairly decent.
I think the
I
one in the
want it to
video
be
is just the
darker.
angle. I think the
Yeah,
angle. If you play the video, you'll
yeah.
show
Let me see if I can.
it'll probably look closer to that. Yes, it's a baby
That's
blue. Super light.
but it's a dummy unit too, so the colors are
Yeah,
going to be different.
yeah. It's plastic. It's not gonna look as good as the
Yeah, I'm really hopeful that device has a different hue than that because honestly, when I bought my MacBook M4 in the blue, it's blue at certain angles. It's definitely not blue all the time. It
Oh,
looks
yeah, the
gray.
MacBook, you can't even tell. It looks like it looks like silver or
Yeah,
something.
it looks gray or something.
That
I don't
MacBook, you
know.
can't tell it's blue at all. You gotta really see it in person to really tell.
Yeah, it's blue, especially the logo. The logo is really blue because of the mirror on it, but it
Yeah.
looks really good at certain angles, but it's just not blue all the time. It's
And
not blue all the
Latrell's here.
time.
Latrell's
Oh,
in the
Trails. Hey,
chat.
Latrell, what's going on, man? Yeah, it's blue sometimes, but not blue all the time. I genuinely like what is that color
If
on
they come out
the?
with this blue, I like this Moonstone
Oh
blue. They
yeah,
come out with this blue, I like this, like this
because
actual kinda
my blue on
it's
this
nice.
watch is band. It doesn't look blue really.
Yeah.
It's blue though.
See?
It's like a pale blue.
Yeah, see, this is like a unique blue. It's
That's
not like
nice.
super
That's
bright, but
really
it's not super
nice.
muted. It's kinda like an in between.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
really
good.
nice. I want them to bring a deeper blue, like on the Fold series, like their iPad. Their iPad is kind of this. My iPad is almost this color. That blue
The
on that.
A16 iPad, yeah.
Yeah, the A16. That blue is really nice. And if they do something like that on a
Yeah,
phone,
it's a nice blue. You
that
can
is
actually
a.
tell it's blue.
It's yeah, it's a darker hue on it.
Yeah.
It looks blue,
It's
but
still like a light sky blue, but you can tell it's blue.
Yeah, that
Versus the Mac, it
MacBook,
just looks silver. You can't tell at all.
absolutely. I when I first took it out of the box, I was like, Where's the blue?" But then the light changed and shift, and then I'm like, "Okay, so here's the blue." But if JoJo says it's going to be sky blue, so but sky blue is like a powder blue, but it's actually darker than what they're showing in some of these demos.
See, that's sky blue right there. See? Apple
Yeah,
Park, sky blue.
exactly. Exactly. That's not the blue that's on that MacBook is definitely not really blue. It's almost like a silverish white looking color or whatever. Every time I use it, I'm like, this is this really blue? What did I actually do here? But I mean, it is what it is. It's their form of blue.
All
And
right.
one thing that's coming into
I'm gonna head to another conference room. I'll be right back.
okay.
Oh, there we go. All right. Back.
Which room are you in, man? Hold on, which room
I
are
think I'm
you
across the hall from you. Like, I'm down the hall.
You
I just
down the
ran
hall,
down
brother.
see this corridor? I just ran across the way.
Oh my God.
I'm there
There
now.
you are. Over there. Oh man. Um I if the blue see, this is one of those things where you gotta see it in person. Like this color right here, this purple, like lavender on my 9A, I didn't think I was gonna like it, but once I got it in person, I was like, whoa, that is beautiful. It's one of those things you gotta see it in person.
Yeah,
It's
it's
gonna
like a lavender, like a violet,
yes.
yeah.
Yes. Does color dictate whether you buy a phone or not?
No, because they all have good enough colors that you'll find one that you'll be fine. But that depends. I think for us it's different because we have so many. Like if this is gonna be your one and only phone,
Yeah.
I'll probably just get black, maybe white to be adventurous. But since I've got so many phones, like I want a nice, I want a color that pops just for fun. Like I
Yeah.
want a bright blue, like Samsung finally came out with their bright blue, or like a really
Yes.
red, like a nice red, deep red.
Yeah.
Um, but if that was my one and only phone, I don't think I would get a color like that.
Do you think that's the way the world picks their colors, like picks their phones? Color
No,
does
I think most
dictate.
people just get. I think most people will get black. Like,
Really?
most people just get a standard color because it's their one and only phone. Like I think
So
if you're a kid, you might want something more fun. But like if you're an older adult, you probably just want a basic phone.
yeah, I
But
think you're
if
right
you get
about
a
that
ton of
though.
phones, that's when you want different colors because
Yeah,
you're bored of the color.
you're absolutely right about that because depending on how old you are, you don't even freaking care. It could be just whatever. You just want it to work.
Or you may just not care. Like I know my mom, she didn't care. I just gave her like my blue iPhone. She's like, whatever, it's an iPhone, cool.
Right, right.
Like,
Yeah,
I
you're
just
just like,
slapped
okay,
she slapped the case on it. She's like, cool, I'm fine.
absolutely. So people say that all the time. It doesn't matter what color your phone is because you're just gonna put a case on it. I'm team no case. Okay, so I do case reviews, but I'm team no case. Like every phone I pick
Yeah.
up, it probably doesn't have a case
I
on
don't
it.
even use a case on this Fold. I just put the skin on it.
Yeah,
So it's kind of like a leather back, and
yeah.
that's
It
it.
feels
I
really
don't put a
good.
case at. I go out like this. I
Yep.
don't put a case on this
Same
at
here.
all.
Same here. I just throw it in my pocket and
I
I
don't.
just
I don't
go.
even fear I'm gonna drop this either because this back is so grippy.
Grippy. Yep.
I don't feel like I'm gonna drop it at all. So
I got to get a skin
I don't know.
for my Flip 7 and the Fold 7 because they are a little slippery, but I still go out like that. I just don't want to feel cases majority of the time.
Well,
The
especially the
ultra
Galaxy
thin
Edge.
cases.
The Edge, I don't want a case because
Oh man, I
what's the
know.
point of putting a case on that thing? It
Yeah,
defeats the whole point. So I just
it
put a skin on
defeats
it.
the whole point of doing it. I need to look for some skins. I remember when skins were the thing. Like
I
I
just
used to
put
do
a
a lot of
leather skin on
skin
that
videos.
thing, so it feels like those leather backs on phones, and
Yeah,
that's how I roll
I
out.
gotta get the right color though. Sophie Guard was top dog at one point for skins. They were sponsoring.
I got
They
this white
sponsor.
leather on
Ooh.
this on the Edge because I have the silver Edge,
Oh
so
yeah.
I went with the white
Oh, that's
leather.
nice.
But if I had the black one, I would have gone with black leather. But this
That's
provides the
nice.
grip, and so it keeps it super thin.
That's nice.
Roll with that.
Sophie Guard, I think is still. I remember when they first started doing. I was one of their first people that they were sponsoring back in the day.
One
And
the thing is they ship fast too. They have them available at launch, and they
oh
ship
yeah,
this Edge. They had it for the Edge immediately, and they shipped it immediately. Versus
let me go in here
other
and
skin companies, like they don't
yeah. See,
have it
they
at
already have.
launch,
You're right. They already have a
or
bunch
it
of
takes
stuff
them
in here.
forever to ship. You gotta like wait a month for your skin.
I hate
Like
that. What's
I'm
the
not
other one?
waiting that.
Slick Wraps. Slick Wraps ships
Or
30
even
days later.
Dbrand. I think Dbrand takes forever
Dbrand
to get
also.
it to you
I
too.
remember I got into it with Dbrand. I was
They
like,
are
why
better
did you?
quality though. They're better quality, but it takes forever to get
Yeah, but they
everything.
got upset with me because I told them, I said, why did you charge me $8 or $9 for shipping? And he said, well, somebody has to take it to the border. I was like, what the frick? It's not my problem. Like the skin costs $7 and you charge me like $8 to walk it over there to the border. I was furious. I never purchased from them again. I never purchased
Yeah,
from
see,
them
that's the one I
again.
got.
Yeah, this is like a
That is the
white
one I got.
sand leather. I like that. Remember, I used to only go with this color. Do you remember when I only went with this
The
color?
honeycombs are good because 'cause they're grippy.
Yeah, they're super
I
grippy.
like them.
That's
They're
why I like
thicker,
them.
they're
I
grippier.
used to only do blue honeycomb or just any of the honeycombs.
That's the one I would get for the, edge of the blue fold because
Yeah,
it
I have a
matches the color
blue.
perfectly.
Yeah, I have a blue.
Same
My edge is that blue color. Yeah, my edge is the blue color.
that the flip and the fold are the exact blue. It would
Yep.
match perfectly,
And the way that
so
when the light hits it, it's gonna shimmer. It's gonna always look the same. So I might have to log up in here and get me a skin for
and
the.
they're $10.
Yeah, they're gonna ship like super quick.
Yeah, they're $10, they ship fast,
Mm-hmm.
and they have them available at launch, that's the other thing. They're like the
Yep.
almost always the only one that has anything available at launch. They'll get it to you within a week.
I tried the color shifts, but they're just too
No,
slippery. They don't
I stick
have.
with the patterns. I'll get, like,
Yeah,
the leather, the honeycomb.
the
I've
forged
gotten the
carbon
cap
is another good one. The forged
forged
carbon
carbon. I've got
feels
or
really
the
good.
dragon one, whatever dragon thing is.
Yeah, yeah,
But I've gotten
yeah.
the, camel one too. That one's been pretty good. The
Yeah,
black
those camels
camel
are
one.
really good too. The texture is it's just really nice. But these tend to be super textured and grippy, and they're kind of the best. And for nine, when you're ordering these though, it's best to order more than one because I don't know if they charge for shipping. I think that you get free shipping after
They
a
do. You
while.
get free shipping after you buy
Yeah,
2
after
or
a certain
3.
amount. So it doesn't. I'd order one of these, and one of these. $30 for three skins. And if you go to like D brand, man, D brand's pricing. Let me go to D brand real quick and see what their pricing
Yeah, their
is.
stuff is higher quality, I'll give them that, but the problem is that they're never available at launch, or even if they are, it takes forever to ship.
D brand, here they
Like,
are.
by the time I'll get it, I don't even want it anymore. I'm like, I'm over it." Like,
You like I'm done with it. I'll just
I'm
throw
all
a case
fired
on
up to get it
there.
'cause it's cool, and then by the time it took too long, I don't care.
Yeah. Look at this case. What do you think about this case for the
Well, it's
iPhone
called the
17?
tank, so it
It's
looks
for
like
the
a
iPhone
tank.
17.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw the article on this, and they leaked the
Yeah.
look.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a good looking rugged style case. I'm sure it's super grippy. But yeah, I'm just the Pro
But I
phones.
guess it does make the phone look better.
It definitely does because it's covering up all this ugliness right here,
That's what I'm
man.
saying, it's gonna make it look better.
You want to vomit. This is so bad, man.
Hey, but don't make fun of, OtterBox if you're gonna get that thing.
Man, I'm a true. I used to be a hardcore OtterBox fan, and yeah, I just kind of dipped away from. Once I left wearing cases regularly, I just stopped rocking OtterBox. They don't have, yeah, like you said, they don't have anything in here for this one, but they have Apple stuff up here. Isn't that strange? The iPhone 17 isn't nowhere near around, but they have promos for it already. That's weird. But the Pixel is coming first.
But if you like leather, they have real leather skins, and it is really nice. Their stuff is more expensive, but it is higher quality. It just takes too long to get to you.
Yeah, and they
I think
charge you.
Slick Wraps is even worse. So
Slick Wraps is the worst, and I actually like this case right here. I like
yeah,
this
their cases are
case.
nice.
This
Too
case
thick
is
for me, but they're nice.
crazy.
Yeah.
How much does it cost? Where
If
is
you
it
want a
at?
thick case, yeah,
I bet it
because
costs grip.
it's super form fitting. It fits well, I think, and a little too bulky for me, but yeah, it's nice.
How much is it? 30
Just like
bucks?
their fold cases are super protective, but they're too bulky for me. I think they have a stand built in and all that stuff. So
Yeah. 30 bucks. That's not bad. Oh, wait. 71. Oh my God. It's
I mean, you can ask
$30.
the expertise on the stream. So
It's yeah, I don't think so. I'm not paying $80 for a casing and $30 for two more screen protectors. They're nuts.
but if you paid $1,000+ for or $2,000 for a fold, you want to pay $80 to protect it?
Heck no, man. For something that I'm only gonna wear sometimes. Remember, I'm team caseless. I'm team no case. So I would
Well,
only
again,
wear
I think
this
it's
depending
different
on
for
where
you
I'm
and I when you
going.
rotate phones and all that kind of stuff too.
Yeah.
It's hard to get accessories for one phone.
Yeah, I don't wear cases like that, but if I get a
If it
case,
was my one and only phone,
I would do it then.
I'd
You're
think
absolutely
about
right.
it. Yeah.
This is pennies on the dollar if it's my only phone. If I'm gonna buy this phone and then it's my phone for the next 5 years, I'm going all in with it.
That's what I'm saying. For you
Um,
and I, it's different. We have so many phones. You can't
yeah,
justify buying this for every phone. It's just. But for my
yeah,
one and only phone, I'll.
yeah, yeah. That is true. Because when I wasn't doing all this content creation, I had my BlackBerry. I just had my holster, and that's it. I didn't bother. I just put it. I bought a holster, and those holsters, those leather pouches, whatever. Those things were like $40 back in the day, or $30, and that was a lot for us at the time for a case. But I did it anyway, and I just kept it forever. Yeah,
Like was it the Surface? The Surface has that
I bought
was
it.
that
I
folder
did.
thing, right? You can
I
stick it
bought
in.
the
It's
leather
nice.
case.
That one was nice. But that makes
It,
sense for that one, you know?
yeah, I
That was
bought. I
nice.
still have it, and I want to use my Surface
Was
every
that
day.
OtterBox? Was that an OtterBox one
Yeah, it's
too?
an OtterBox. Yeah, I think I did a video on that too a while back. But I guess when you look at it that way, it's always going to be different for us. Yeah, to you, right? It's going to be different for us because we have 200 phones, 300 phones, or whatever, 50, even just 25 phones is a lot of phones to have if you're just in the current generation. Lately, I've been staying in the current generation, so I'll have all the latest phones, and yeah, Thinborn is even more. Thinborn is $100. Even Samsung's case is $100. Samsung's ultra thin case is $100. But if you have some kind of promos or discounts, you can get it.
Yeah, all those Aramin ones from all the big, all the companies, they're gonna be more expensive just
Yeah, because of the
because
materials.
well, the materials, the marketing, all this stuff, there's all kind of markups that have to be
Yeah,
involved, right, for them to make a
yeah,
margin that makes it worth their while, especially
yeah.
on non-iPhone phones, right? So
Oh
Android
yeah.
phones, you're probably not selling a ton, so you gotta
Oh
charge
yeah.
more to make a decent margin. All that
Oh
stuff
yeah.
goes into it, right? So I get it,
Yeah.
but you can buy them directly from someone in China.
You
Same
can.
case, same case for a lot
It's
less,
like $15. If you look in the right spot, you can find those same Amarai cases for like
like 40
25.
bucks
Yeah.
With MagSafe built in.
Yes, you can. You can, and that's
It just
that's the
takes you
tough
longer to
part.
get here, it might take a month for you to get
I'll
it,
wait a
but
month. I'll wait a month. On some of my videos, people were saying I can get this same case for $15 on eBay, and I was like,
because it's all sourced from the same
"It is. It
factories, and
it
all you're
is.
doing is you're basically reselling it, right? So you're a
Right.
reseller. You buy it from the same factories, you just slap
Yeah.
your own packaging, your own branding, and then you're just paying for the upcharges for all the marketing and the people that you have
Yeah.
to employ.
Yeah." And that's why I said Carl. He already has a video out for the S26 Ultra.
But it's tougher
Literally,
for Carl because Carl's operating out of the US,
he's
so that's
operating out of
why
the
his
U.S.
stuff is
Yeah.
even more expensive because he's
He's doing
paying more
fairly
to
well though. He has to be. I often wonder how much of the budget do some companies put aside because you'll look at a video like Binks, right? Most of the videos online from a lot of the places, the people were just given the cases. Like this Binks setup that we all got.
and Banks is actually cheaper than all of
Yes.
them.
This
And
Binks setup
Pitaka's
right
prices
here,
actually came down. They're not
they did come
as
down. They
expensive
did
as
come
they
down.
were.
But
Like
Pitaka was one
60
of the
bucks
first,
maybe, like
right?
50, 60 bucks. They used to be
This
like
is
they used to be like 80, whatever.
Yes, but Taka was one of the first though to start to come with the ultra thin that I know that
Yeah.
I remember.
That
They
was a
were one of
pop
the
that was an actual brand,
yes,
with some brand cachet, yeah.
and so they were fine as long as no one else was doing it. But now everyone is doing it, and so that Bink setup right there, I wonder what their actual return is because I see Binks sends their like these companies send their. I don't think they look at subscriber count most times because I've seen people with like 59 subscribers or 100 subscribers reviewing that Binks case setup. Like that package right there is 100 plus.
Well, I'll give
Um,
Banks some credit because they're not just doing the same designs. They actually have some
right.
unique designs because you can do the generic stuff, like I said, just source it from the same factory and slap your name on it and sell it.
Right.
But they actually do some different patterns, different
Yeah,
designs.
those are
So
completely different. Yeah.
I'll give them that much credit. And they're
That's what I
actually
would like to see from Carl
they're
though.
a little bit
That's
cheaper too. They're not
I
cheap, but they're a little bit cheaper.
I would like to see Carl do some different colors. Like why not do a red one or
But
a
they
blue
operate
one
out of
or
China, I'm pretty sure, so that's why they can give it a little
yeah.
bit cheaper. But yeah.
All his cases are the same
I'll
color.
give Carl a break because he's a small company operating out of the
Oh
US,
yeah.
so
He's like a few hours from me.
he has to mark it up more.
Hmm. He has to make a return. But I wonder what some of these larger companies are actually making because I wonder what their budget is for because they send out these promo packets to a ton of people.
That's why you don't see a lot of them doing outside more than iPhone. Most of them will do iPhone, or if they do an Android phone and Samsung, that's it.
Yeah, man, I've already got Pixel 10
You can't
stuff,
afford to do it for
iPhone
something
Air
people don't
stuff.
buy. Yeah.
Most creators will start getting the. I'm pretty sure every creator in here has already gotten that email from all the same companies saying, "Hey, which
For
iPhone are you
iPhone?
getting?"
Yeah.
Yeah, iPhone Air, whatever you're getting, and they're showing me the stuff ahead of time. Like, okay, well, I'm getting this one right here, and I should have a package tomorrow from who is it? Who's the
I
one coming
stopped getting
along?
all that stuff because I'm like, it just becomes like piles of stuff over here, and I'm
Exactly.
like,
Honestly, between me, you, and the light
and
posts,
no
I
one
start
watches me
throwing it
for case
away.
stuff, so like it doesn't make any sense. Like if I get it, it's just gonna be a whole bunch of just stuff that sits around on this,
Yeah.
it just doesn't make sense.
Poetic. That's my Poetic package will be here tomorrow. It's supposed to come today, but Poetic is already sending out some stuff. And then also I have another one coming from another company, which I can't say yet, but it's the iPhone Air stuff. Unlike, I'm not going to show anything though. I'm not going to get on here and do the videos without the phone. Um, I'm just not gonna do it. I would just I want to wait until I used to do that, and there's nothing wrong with people who do that. To be clear, I don't care that people do videos without the phones. I personally just want to wait. I'm at the point of YouTube where I don't have to be first. I don't have to be the first one to show it. I mean, because YouTube as a whole has changed from when I first started, and you got this new wave of fresh new faces that are here, and that's what the companies want. They don't want the old dude that doesn't show his face or doesn't. Hi, my name's John. They don't want that.
I mean, depends on how much effort you want to put into this stuff because I
Yeah,
think there's a benefit to doing it early with the dummy units because people are looking for what accessories they want to buy. So they order it all one time, right? They order the phone.
yeah, yeah,
I already know what case I want to buy, so I'll just buy it all. So
yeah,
it's all here at the same time,
yeah,
right? So that's why they want the early stuff. So I get
yeah.
that, right? But then it would be good to follow up, right? So like, do it so that
Absolutely,
people have the early visibility to what they might
absolutely.
want to get, so they can get it at launch day, and then follow up once you get the phone. Then show it with the actual phone on, and just in
Yeah,
case whatever, right? Something goes wrong, you can point out stuff that doesn't line up or whatever,
yeah.
right?
Because sometimes they'll
And
do
then
they'll
and
do
then you can
dummy
give a review,
units
and then you can review it after you actually using it on the phone too.
on your
So
actual phone.
if you
Yeah,
do
I've done
all
that
that,
before.
I think that's
I've done that
credible,
before.
right?
I've done reviews on cases and then I didn't have the phone. They sent me a dummy unit. Then I had to wait and
Yeah.
do it again with the real phone because I want to make sure the buttons were clicky. But
Yeah.
sometimes when they send you these promo packages, they'll say, "Do you want a dummy unit?" Now I used to say yes. I'm gonna be totally transparent. I used to say yes to the dummy units until I started getting people asking me because people, let's just say people were selling the dummy units. I'm not selling a dummy unit. I'm not doing it. I'm not. No, there were people out there
Now
getting
that
the
was
dummy
before though.
units and
Now it's not
selling.
as big of a deal, right? Now having
Yeah,
a
I
dummy unit's
mean,
not as big of a deal.
I
So
don't. The dummy units aren't even a thing really, unless you're a big website. Like I haven't seen too many people
yeah, it
showing
used to be a big
their.
deal. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't taken a dummy unit since the iPhone 15. I think I'm not sure what it was, but um, yeah, I the dummy unit thing. I don't really like to do the dummy units anymore because it gets me excited for something. I just want it right now. I'm like, forget it. I'm just gonna hold these cases until I actually get the product in. I just buy it myself or whatever. The dummy unit thing is cool, but I prefer to have the real case. Now, sometimes when you see it, if I've done a dummy unit, it's because the company said, "Hey, we're paying you for this review. Please use these dummy units." So sometimes I've done it with the dummy units, but then I still had to follow up for my own personal reasons because I want to see, like you just said, is the volume really as clicky as it is like it was on this dummy unit? You know what I mean? Or does the power button really work? So there's a business side of things, and then there's just that side of things for
Yeah, I mean,
personal
it's
use.
less likely that you're gonna have problems with the case nowadays because they all have access to the exact dimensions early and stuff. So like they
Yeah,
got much more precise.
yeah,
But you still never know, right? And like,
yeah.
and it
Who's
just
that
feels more.
recall?
It
Pataka
feels more
recalled.
credible too.
Yeah, remember Pataka did a recall. They did a recall on the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. They did. I have two sets of cases from Pataka for the 9 Pro Fold. The other one I never showed. I showed it on the when I got the 9 Pro Fold in. I only showed the updated version, but there's another version of that case they had a recall on. So if you're a
Especially with
creator,
MagSafe now, because sometimes MagSafe
yes,
isn't in the exact spot. So sometimes they have problems
yeah,
with that. So
yeah. I forgot what it was on that one. The buttons or something did something happened. They put something in the wrong spot, and I didn't even have my 9 Pro
or
Fold
like
at the
case
time.
companies who came out with the S Pen case for the Fold 7,
Oh yeah,
right? Because apparently Samsung was going to do it if the case companies had the
yeah,
knowledge of that, right? So
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That the scrapping the S Pen must have been a really late decision.
yes,
If
yes,
all accessory companies had plans for an S Pen, right? So
yeah. But I don't know. When it comes to all these cases, like you said, I've started to say no to a lot of stuff because I was trying to do like giveaways and stuff, and now like, man, this person lives in Nigeria. It's gonna cost me $112 to send this over here, or even if it's in the U.S., it costs $42 just to go across the U.S. I'm like, come for something that it may cost a lot, but the weight of the packages at that time, I was like, man, I started.
yeah,
This
international
is
shipping is definitely not worth that.
yeah.
That's
I've started just throwing everything away. That sounds bad, but I have no use. I still have a storage
Yeah,
full of
because who's gonna wanna
cases.
pay for the shipping, right? If the shipping's gonna be as much as if I just bought the case. So
Yeah, yeah. So I stopped with all those giveaways. I used to do a lot of giveaways for case packages. And then another reason why I stopped doing those giveaways is because I would pick the winners, and people would ask all day, every day, "Did you pick a winner? Did you pick a winner?" And then as soon as I pick the winner doesn't respond. I'm like, screw this. One day I just went out. One day I had cleared out one of my storage units. It was so many cases in there. It filled up a full trash can at my house.
I
I had to put
believe
my
it.
trash bags on side.
Yeah.
I put one trash bag on top of the trash can, and when I saw the guy trying to roll it, he was like, "What the heck?" I said, "Man, don't ask." And I had like 4 trash bags, and my trash can was full of
No, I've done the same
cases.
thing, so I get it. That's why I stopped accepting
Yeah.
cases. I don't want it, I don't need it. It becomes
I've
trash
toned it down
in
to a
my
few.
house,
Like, honestly,
and no one
I've only been
watches my
saying
stuff
yes
for
to a few
cases
people.
anyway,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense for me.
Yeah, I'm team no case, but I still do it because I want to help promote the products. And so I've been saying yes to the ones that I'm actually interested in.
Yeah, there's stuff that I would like. There's stuff that I
Yeah,
would actually
so
use, like, I really like, but still, I'm like, I don't feel it's fair to the company because they're not gonna get
right,
their money's worth if they gave it to me.
absolutely. But Binks, on the other
I
hand,
could take it, but I'm like, you're not gonna get what you want out of it, so
yeah, Binks on the other hand, they sent that last promo box to like everyone. Binks sent. I've seen
well,
so many
and the Fold
people.
7 videos did well, so apparently there's a
Yeah,
lot of people who bought it who are looking for
yeah,
cases,
yeah. I
especially
think
since there weren't
Binks
many
did
available in shipping.
right. Binks did the best. I think this year. I think Binks outsold everybody. At least in my comment section, they were
Well,
like,
I
"Dude,
think they actually
I,
had the
I
product
bought
ready
that."
too. It wasn't on
Huh?
Amazon, but you could buy it directly from them.
Yes.
They had it ready in shipping, right? So,
Yeah. It's
it
ready.
wasn't
It's
on
ready
Amazon, but
now.
you could buy
It's on
direct.
Amazon
Yeah,
now. It's on Amazon now.
yeah, yeah.
Because once
But at
it's
launch,
available,
I don't think it was there at launch, but
it
you could buy
wasn't.
it direct
It
and they were
wasn't.
shipping, so
I think they did extremely well because even before the Fold
they were
7 even came
pre-selling too.
out.
I remember I saw they had pre-orders and they were
Yes,
discounting pre-orders,
I had it for
so
the pre-order. Yeah, and I
yeah.
think so. My comment section said, "Man, I can't wait to get mine. I just bought it." It was so many people saying they bought the Bing
And
setup.
they're cheaper than, like, the competition, like Pitaka and all that stuff. They're a
Yeah,
little bit cheaper.
like T said earlier, Pataka fell off. I don't know. I think Pataka they're slipping. They lowered their prices, and they don't have that bundle like Binks has. I don't think Binks has that bundle. That's what's selling with Binks right now. You get a screen protector, a front
That thing
part,
is
and a
like
back
80
part.
bucks, 70 I
Yeah,
think it was like
it's
70 bucks with a presale,
really
but
good.
still.
Let me pull that up because Binks Binks
It's also,
they
like I said, it's a unique design, right? No one else has that pattern,
yeah.
so
Oh, Binks. Okay, let me
it's not
show
you can
you.
go through a generic person and
I
buy it for
gotta show you
cheaper
Binks'
with that same
website now.
pattern.
They updated their website. Here's what it looks like right now. Oh man, this wasn't like this the other day when I went in here. Like, let me hold on. Let me go back and close this. Hold on. Let me get
Yeah, I still
this.
use the one they gave me for the S25 Ultra.
Yeah.
I still use it, and I still like their cases for that. I
Okay. So
still
here we
use
go. Let me show you
theirs.
what their website looks like right now. They just uploaded this. They added.
I
Hold on.
don't
Let me
like
go
that
back.
flip design though. They only have that one design for
They
the
just
flip,
added
and it
this.
looks
They just added
like a
this to the
checkerboard.
website. I was here the other day. They added this to the
Oh, there you
website.
go, yeah.
They added the Pixel 10 lineup to the website to
That
this front
Aurora case,
page.
it's nicer in person. I
It
like it.
is much
I
so.
still use that on my S25 Ultra. It's nicer in
I have it on
person.
mine too. They've updated and added the Pixel to the front screen. Yep, they have
Yep, there
added
you
the
go.
Pixel to the front screen. T says the quality control for iPhone was terrible. Some cases would fit good and others wouldn't. Yeah, just too much. That's the problem. Like when you're buying a case, and also this now confirms what we kind of talked about offline, the 3 camera setup on the Pixel. So now this gives us a clear look at it. Let me zoom in here. This is what the Pixel 10 apparently is going to look like. There you have it, folks.
Yeah, it's consistent
This
with what Google's been putting out, so
yeah, but Google hasn't shown the 10. They've only
they've
shown the
shown the
Pro
10.
lineup. They
They
showed the
showed the
10.
10 in the very first video.
Oh man, I need to
The
go
f
back and double check it.
the first 2 videos, the teasers were for the regular maybe the Pro.
Did it
But it's
have
the
the
10.
no? That looks completely
10,
different
10
right
Pro.
there. I think it was the Pro that they were showing, but this says that this is what the 10 is going to look like. Let me go over to the Pro real quick and see if the camera modules look different. No, it looks the same. So maybe this is a stock photo. Maybe it's a stock photo.
Doesn't matter if the rumors are true about the sensors.
Oh no, this is different. Now the Pro XL has a different camera setup. That
Oh,
looks
yeah, well,
completely.
because it's gonna be better sensors, so they're bigger. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to get the Pro XL, man. If it's gonna be that good, I might have to get it. So
If
you
the
see what
10
I was just
sensors
doing?
are what if the 10 sensors are what camera sensors are what they're reporting,
It's not gonna be good.
cannot
It's gonna,
recommend
it's
that.
gonna. You see, I was switching screens. All I had to do was click right here. Ugh.
I would say buy the 9.
Yeah, because the 9 is gonna have a better sensor.
The 9 has the pro cameras in it. You just don't get the
Yeah,
telephoto.
yeah. Gosh, man.
But honestly, cropping a digital zoom off the main sensor on the 9 is gonna be better than the telephoto on the 10. So you don't
And
need a
see,
telephoto.
this is why
If that
Binks is
10 telephoto is gonna be what it is, it's gonna be useless. So you're gonna be better off with a digital zoom on the 9 than you will off of a optical zoom on that 10.
Binks is winning because look at the pricing for some of these compared to other companies, man. There's like half price. I think that's why Binks
How
sold
much
so
is that?
many.
My eyes aren't so good. 40 bucks?
$50. Yeah. And you know they're gonna have promos once it hits Amazon.
Yeah, it's
Some
always
peop-
promos or pre-sale or whatever. There's always a
yeah.
promo. Or just buy it from a creator who will have the discount, so
Yeah. Yeah. But I wonder if they have iPhone stuff on here. Nope, not yet. Not yet. See, I like how they're doing it. They're only showing us exactly what's here. But while we're here, this setup right here sold like crazy. 89 bucks for this combo kit. This is what they sent out to all the creators. And this one right here is a new pattern, like you said. It's eclectic,
yeah,
it's
that was
different,
nice.
it's actually
I like that
really
one.
nice. And it only costs 90 bucks. You get everything: the screen protector, the front, the rear, the side, your hinge. This is a
See,
great,
that
I
one
think
goes
that's
nicely with the black phone.
it
That one's
does.
nice
It does. This sold like hotcakes, man. So many
because
people
it's still
said they bought
thin. That's
this.
the thing.
Yeah.
Even with the hinge protector, it still looks really thin.
Ultra thin.
Yeah.
Ultra
Because
thin.
sometimes the cases with the, hinge protector are super bulky,
Yeah.
so but
And
this one,
it
it
makes
still
it
looks pretty thin even with it, so
and it'll make it look a lot different. But this
yeah,
case is great.
I didn't want a hinge protector because I thought it'd make it too bulky, but even the one that I
Yeah.
got, it's still pretty thin, and I actually kinda like it.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, it's kinda nice.
This is a good setup right here for somebody who's, like you said, it's gonna be their only phone, especially if you have black
And their
phones.
screen protectors are actually pretty good. It has that black border,
I'm using it right
but
now.
I put it on my, Ultra, S25 Ultra,
Mhm.
and you can't even tell it's there.
Yep.
Like, you can't even tell. It's like it's really good.
I have it on
I was
my
skeptical because it has that black border, and all the ones with the black border are usually pretty bad,
they're pretty bad.
but but this one is actually really good. Like, I can't even tell it's on my S25 Ultra. It's really nice. I still have it on there. It's lasted the whole time. It looks really good.
Yeah. I put it on my
The
fold
glass
recently.
the glass quality is good too,
Yeah.
because they have the anti-reflective stuff and,
They
they have a
do.
whole bunch of them. So
I think
yeah,
it's
most people don't like it because or won't wanna try it because of that black border, because all the ones with black borders suck. But that one's actually really it's no, they do. Like, I was when they sent me that, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be bad."
Yeah,
And I put it on, I was like, "Oh, this is actually really good." I can't even tell it's on there, and the
it
glass
is
quality
good.
is really good and everything, so I was like, "Wow, it's good. It's really good."
Yeah. I put it on mine too. I have it on the fold right now and I also put it on my ultra as well.
Like, I would actually
Phenomenal.
recommend it. Like, when I got it, I'll be like, "Oh, this is not gonna be." I thought it was like a throw-in. "Oh, this is gonna be terrible." But
I
it's
thought it was
actually
gonna
really
cut
good.
off some of the actually this the Flip 7, I should have that in the mail like this week. The Flip 7 one, let me go back to it. The Flip 7 one, this is an eclectic setup. Let me show you here. I'll put this video out this week. But this is an eclectic setup right here. I actually like this. And I actually
See, that's the one I was like that's the one I was saying I didn't like, because that's the
I
only
like
color that they
this.
have for the Flip. It looks like a
Yeah.
picnic table gone
It's
wrong.
eclectic. See, this is vintage Porsche right here. This is vintage Mustang. There's this pattern right here is in so many cars back in the day. Maybe that's why I like it. But man, I'm telling you, this is nice.
I'm surprised they don't have, like, at least one other pattern or another color,
I
'cause
don't.
that's the only I think that's the only one that they have, right, for the
I'm
Flip?
gonna use this right here, and I need to check and see when it's actually. It should be here this week.
And that hinge
Um,
looks huge, so
no, it's not though. It's gonna be. It's just that it's open. I think this is gonna be fire right here, dude. Oh my god, this is gonna be so nice. This is vintage Porsche interior, and this is that one year that Mustang had this interior.
but I will say, like I said, right, they have different stuff from everyone else, so
Yeah, and I think this is gonna do very well because it's different. I
'cause everyone
really
else has
like
the
it.
same patterns, like, even Pitaka, their color patterns, you
Yeah,
can buy that exact same case from a no-name reseller for
yeah.
half. but
You
you
see
can't
how
say the same thing about this one.
Binks is doing the gold trim now? Like every year, they had silver last year, and they had black, and then you know they have gold this year, which is it's just so nice, man. This is gonna be. I gotta check my
That's what I'm saying.
tracking, man.
That black Fold one looks nice.
Oh yeah, yeah, it does.
Yeah, because that one has some gold trim on it, I think too.
Oh wow,
All
I
right,
think that. I think that's
cut this part out of the show and send it to
right,
Banks and ask him for the check.
right. Tell him, hey, look here, I'm gonna need that paycheck, buddy.
Yeah, because I'm not getting paid, so
Yeah,
I'll take
right.
something out of that.
I gotta see exactly when I have this case. I need to track it to be sure. Like it's supposed to be here. Shoot.
That
Let
flip
me.
one.
Yeah, I asked them. I actually asked them for that one. Let me track it right now. Okay, here's my tracking number right
I
here.
might have to do the same thing then.
I asked. They sent me this Fold 7 stuff, and I told them I didn't want any Flip 7 stuff. And then all of a sudden, when it finally hit their website, I hit her back and said, "Hey, I'm gonna need that Flip 7." And she was like, "Sure." So it is actually, here's my tracking. It's actually in, it arrived at the warehouse. So it just got off the plane. It's at the warehouse and it's scheduled to be here. I don't see a scheduled date, but it's in the United States now. So it's at the warehouse. Um, yeah,
See, T doesn't like that pattern either.
man, I guess it's a, Grant, you got a little age on you. You may not be my age, but you got some age on you. That
No,
pattern is
I get it. I
the
just don't.
Porsche. Come on, T.
It's just not
You've
me, man.
seen the interior of the vintage Porsche, man. That is exactly what it looks like, and
But
also on
see,
the
even he
Mustang
agrees,
too.
right? They
What did
have
he say? He
different
said, "But give
patterns.
them props for doing something different."
Yeah,
Yes, that's
because they have different patterns from everyone else, you
yes,
know.
yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna
Because
rock that heavy watch. That's gonna be
everybody that's doing the
on
Aramid
this
case thing,
phone.
I can say that you can find a generic reseller that has the exact same pattern for half the price.
Yeah.
But Banks does some pretty unique patterns. So
Okay. Okay.
the only problem with that is because they're doing unique patterns. You
Hmm.
know, it's you love it or hate it kind of thing. It may not appeal to
Yeah,
everyone,
that's how it goes.
but at least they're
It's either
different. So
that is so nice. That is a sweet. Let me see if I can find this. I gotta find it.
get it
Get
in a
my
blue or something. That'd be nice.
now that's
Or red, even a red. But it would look like a
that
picnic table in a red, but still.
yes.
Blue would be cool.
Some people used to call that. They used to call that the picnic table.
Well, it's the old it's the old cowboy patterns.
Yeah.
Like
Here, let me show you exactly what I mean.
back in
This is
Hawaii, that was the whole Paniolo
so
thing. That's what they used to wear, those
yes.
patterns.
This is why I like this.
Yeah, I know, I
Okay.
get it. I get it. I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Oh my gosh, that's so clean. And this car holds so much value. If you find a Porsche with this interior, they're holding so much value. It's incredible. It's nuts. If you have this interior on a Porsche right now, you can name your price probably. If you were in the market to sell it, but you're not going to be in the market to sell it. No, they're not going to. No one's going to sell. They're going to keep it forever. Yeah. But that I get it. Some people say picnic table cloth from back in the day, all kind of stuff. But yeah, props for doing. And I think that's a lot of times some companies are afraid to do things differently. They're afraid to take a risk. Now we got to go ahead and we talked about it, but we're going to go ahead and jump back to it. We're going to get back on course now because I wanted to talk about this earlier, but we kind of deviated from it. Apple folding phone. That topic, it either makes people really mad or they say it's fake, it's not happening, it's wishful thinking. How much of the market is Apple missing out on by not doing folding phones yet? Because folding phones, I saw a video, I Googled it today. Remember when I asked in the group earlier, private group earlier, that are people really switching to the iPhone from to the Flip 7? And apparently there is, because now videos are hitting the internet from like regular people. Like regular people. Like I found a video today, and this girl is pro iPhone. She went into Best Buy, bought the Coral Red. I was like, I don't know anything about this phone, but I saw somebody else switch from their iPhone to this, and now I see why they did it. And she just went full throttle with it. She said, I'm not dumping my iPhone. She didn't make a video saying switching to iPhone. She just said, hey, I got the Flip 7, but I'm an Apple person. But it's a lot of videos hitting the net right now of that.
Well, I think the flip people are willing to more people are willing to give it a try because it's different. It's got the cool nostalgic flip factor, and it's cheaper. Especially from carriers will have bigger discounts. So most people don't come out of pocket very much for a flip versus a fold. Because even if you got a carrier deal on a fold, you're still
Yeah.
paying a good chunk of money.
Oh
But with
yeah.
the flips, that's why people expect flips to be cheap
Yeah.
because most people are only buying them for a few $100 at most,
Yeah.
out of pocket. So people think
Yeah.
they're like a cheap phone. They're
No,
like,
it's 1,100
cheaper than
bucks.
no, but people think it's a cheap phone
I
because
know.
they're only paying like 300 or whatever,
It
So
costs the same as a 256 gig iPhone 16 Pro Max. 1,100 bucks.
yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I think it's accessible to people because most people aren't coming out of pocket very
Yeah,
much for a
they're
flip
also
versus a
financing it.
fold.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
putting it on the
So,
carriers.
yeah, it's got the cool nostalgic factor, people like flipping it, and they're not coming out of pocket very much for it. Versus a fold, no matter what, you're coming out of pocket for a good amount of chunk of change.
Now, supposedly, it's already confirmed that there is a folding iPhone coming with
Oh,
a
yeah, it's happening.
5.5
There's too
inch
much behind that for it
outer
not to be
display,
happening.
which is what I talked about earlier in some of the other videos. Google messed up by not
Now, I
capitalizing
don't know if
with
it's gonna be like that, like the initial whatever,
if the
rumors
front
and
display is
images, 'cause
5.5 inches,
that
it's going to be that form factor.
that
It
rumor
has to
image
be.
looked terrible. That looked fake as hell. But I mean, so like I rumors on Apple Fold stuff, I take with huge grains of salt right now. Do I
Yeah,
believe it's coming? I believe it's coming just because
I
there's so
do.
much there's credible steam behind it at this point.
Yes.
But, what it's gonna look like, all the leaks and stuff that's coming out,
I think
what
those
it's
are all
gonna look
fake. I
like,
think those are
yeah,
doctored Google Pixel
no one
photos.
can say, but, because the more credible ones make it look more like a traditional Fold,
Yes. Facts.
which I would believe those more than that other one that came out.
Facts. I think the photos that I see, I just Googled it over here on the other screen, and these leaks look like a doctored pixel opened up and
Yeah,
then
for that smaller, shorter one, yeah.
yeah, for the first gen that I just the OG, it looks like
Yeah.
a doctored version of that.
Yeah, the
And
legit leaks make it look more like the Samsung Fold,
yes, yes. But
which I believe more, so.
do you think I mean I already
Because
know
they're
what you're
gonna
gonna
use a they're rumored, and it's probably true, they're gonna use a Samsung panel for that.
they have to. Who else are they gonna use?
That's what I'm saying, it's probably true, so
Yeah.
I would make it more I would believe it would look more like a Fold 7 than,
But
OG
it
Pixel.
still will be the size though. It's gonna be smaller.
I wouldn't doubt it, I mean,
Yeah, it
but
can't be fold size because Apple people don't like change
either
and
way, it's still a small market, I think, for Apple, like, it'll be more mass appeal, but as far as a mass market product, even for Apple, no, not
then what if
initially.
I think one area that Apple could take off and take over and beat Samsung is this style. I think they could beat
Oh, yeah,
Samsung.
yeah.
If they
Most
go to this style,
most
I think they
definitely.
can crush Samsung.
Especially if they can make it cheaper.
It,
Uh, it's gonna be
I
cheaper
doubt
than
it'll
a
be
standard
cheaper, but
Fold, right? No, and if they'll get it in hands of more, like, carriers or
yes,
whatever who will heavily discount the hell out of it,
yes,
right? So, yeah. It's already got the appeal for people because they like
yes,
that flip thing, it looks
yeah,
cool, they like to flip it. Some people, it's nostalgic for the older people, right? And if
yes,
it's really cheap, like, virtually free with a carrier, then yeah,
yes.
it'll take off big
I
time.
think they can crush Samsung because let's be fair. Apple's software is solid. Apple's chips solid. Apple's performance solid. I've always said that I preferred to use social media on my Apple phone other than my Android phone. It's caught up now, obviously, but at some point, something as small as the HDR processing when you post on Instagram or something like that, it just looks better when it comes from an iPhone. Now it's not like that anymore, but at one point it dominated. And I think that if Apple does a flip folding device, they can crush Samsung because it will basically be a folding 16 Pro Max or a folding 17 Pro or just whatever it is. It's a folding larger version, and I just cannot wait. I'm telling you, I already said my budget is what, 3 grand, I think, or something like that. If they do a bigger one, and if they do a smaller one, 1,500. I'm willing to pay it because I have that much confidence in that their product is going to be good, like really good. So some people are saying, "Oh, if they make a folding phone, it's going to be $2,500." That's not too far from what Samsung is because people are saying that's expensive, but the Samsung Fold is like $2,200 for the terabyte. So I don't
Oh,
understand how
that's what I'm
that's
saying
such a
for a regular Fold, something like the Fold 7.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying, it's not gonna be a mass market thing, I think they'll price too many people out of it, but more people will reach for it
Oh yeah.
out of their pocket than otherwise,
Yeah. I'm
than
all for it.
for a Samsung one. So,
I'm all for it. Yeah. So do you think
and
that
if
if
if more people bought the Fold 7 this year, right? That's a clear indicator, right,
yes,
for Apple that more people are ready for it, and they
the
know
Fold 7
more people
did well, right?
they know are gonna buy theirs.
Yeah,
Fold 7?
The Fold 7 did very well.
Yeah, Fold
But the
7.
Flip 7 is outselling the Fold 7. Contrary to what people believe, the Flips have always outsold the folding phones because, like you just spoke of, they're pricing people out of that category. Even if people are getting a discount on it, they still have to pay at least $1,000 sometimes or $900, and they just don't have like people don't want to invest that kind of money in a cell phone.
That's why I
They don't
think
want
people
to.
expect the Flips to be cheap. They think they're cheaper phones
Yeah,
because what they pay isn't very much, right? Even though they are like
yeah,
$1,000, but,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. I'm really really hopeful that because I'm a true tech enthusiast. I'm not loyal to any one brand except for BlackBerry. Now, whatever BlackBerry does, if it's a BlackBerry OS device, not just Android crap on a BlackBerry, I'm done with. You've heard me say it. If they open those servers back up, I'm done with Apple and Android as a primary phone. They're just going to be getting reviewed. I'm going straight back to BlackBerry OS because that's the foundation of where we are right now. Now, that's not going to happen, obviously, probably at all. I signed a petition. Hopefully, you guys signed a petition too. Apparently, there's millions of hits on that petition, and Kevin claims that they've already got a backer or whatever. But we shall see. But nonetheless, I'm a lover of tech. Period. I don't lock in on any one brand, and I think that's the fun part about tech. Like you can't limit yourself to just you can. Well, can you be a tech enthusiast and only be loyal to one brand?
If
Like
you
you
really love
only
that brand, I
use
guess.
Samsung or you only use LG. Are you a real tech enthusiast?
I mean, if you buy all their stuff, because most people are only buying one phone.
Yeah.
But say you buy all their products, then yeah, I think you're a Samsung enthusiast,
You bought
right?
you're a
So
Samsung there you go.
say
You said it.
you because you buy all of them, maybe you buy them all,
Yes.
right? Like, I really love it, so I'm buying all their stuff, I'm buying all their
Yes.
tablets, I'm buying all
Okay,
their
yeah. That's
laptops,
different. You're right.
right? Some people are like that, they just love Samsung, so they'll buy everything
I don't
Samsung.
think anything's wrong with
Um,
that. I what
that's not
the
I would say that's an enthusiast for sure because most normal people don't do that.
absolutely. But I think there's a miscommunication or the
But
perception
I
of
get what you're
someone.
saying.
I'm a tech enthusiast, which means I like everything. I'll buy anybody, but some people say that they're tech enthusiasts, but they're what you just said. They're a Apple enthusiast or they're a Samsung enthusiast. That's what they are. And they'll argue you down in the comments. I'm like, you're not a tech enthusiast. You like this one brand. So you're that brand's enthusiast, which is not a bad thing. I just think a tech enthusiast will lay it. You're interested in, like, I'm a car enthusiast. Yes, I have my favorites, but I have several different brands in the garage and parked outside. That's just how it is. I like to experience as much as possible. But I think people kind of misuse the enthusiast word sometimes. And I try not to argue with people in comment sections. I try to avoid it at all costs. But I think there's a lot of, first of all, I think there should be, based on the comments that come in on, I know you see this too, Grant, and T and every creator in here. Don't you think we would have more YouTube channels? Because all these people get in the comment section, they start telling what you should do or how you should do it. Then you go to their channel and you're like, this dude plays video games or something. Or, he's into nature or something like that. It's just the strangest thing. But I feel like there should be way more creators online and tech enthusiasts than there really is, because some people kind of misuse that enthusiast word. But I think you just gave the best definition. I might need to make a short of this right here, what you just said, because some people think they're tech enthusiasts, but they're really just enthusiasts of Dyson, or they're enthusiasts of DJI. That's what they're an enthusiast of. They're not full blown into everything. I try to give everything a chance. Like I want to literally experience everything. I don't want to just, again, we all have our favorites, but what's your favorite brand that you'll buy regardless?
Well, I mean, look at all the stuff that I have on this desk that I've just showed. Like, I mean, I'll buy stuff from almost anything. Like,
Right.
I'll always buy Google. I'll buy all
Right.
their stuff.
Me too.
I'll buy the Samsung stuff. I never was like that because Samsung stuff wasn't very good for a while. I think the
Yep.
very first stuff that I really liked out of them was I liked the first Note because it was different, but
Oh yes.
it wasn't a great performing phone.
No.
Samsung stuff wasn't a great performing until probably the S6 Edge Plus and the Note 5.
Ooh.
That's when their
Oh yeah.
performance got smooth enough for me to
Yeah.
buy their stuff all the time. So since then, I bought all the Samsung stuff. I always buy Google stuff. I'll buy Apple stuff, just because.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, and then anything that's releasing internationally, that's really cool because
Yeah.
that's where a lot of more of the bleeding edge stuff is.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's where I get the bleeding edge
So
fix.
you're a
So
tech
like,
enthusiast then. You don't have one brand that you'll
well, I've
always
always bought
buy?
everything. Like, and
Yeah.
even back in the day before all this Apple stuff, like, I would buy the underdog, right? So I would buy when Apple came out with iPod, I bought the opposite. I bought the Zune.
Zoom. I
Well,
knew
not just Zune.
Zoom.
I bought Zoom, but even before that, I was buying stuff in Creative and all
Zoom.
the other companies that are coming out with players, right? So I was I'm more of an underdog kind of thing because that's where the innovation always was, right? It
Yeah.
was it was always something different from the non-big players, and I
Right.
I I liked having stuff that other people didn't. So
How do I put like
that's always
someone's
my
comment
thing.
on the screen here? Oh no, shoot, I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to highlight someone's comment. I haven't done this in a long time, folks. Uh, let me see. I don't know how to do it, but nonetheless, I get what Trucking is saying. How a lot of tech YouTubers. I'm glad he said tech
Oh, we lost him again. I think he'll be back. Don't worry.
personal shots at people.
There we go.
I don't
You
know what
dipped out for a
happened.
bit.
I dip
Yeah,
out.
you dipped out for a bit.
The sun is
You might
out
wanna
right now.
restart.
I don't know. The sun is out. The sun came back out. So, but to trucking reviews. I like what he's saying. I like the way he worded that because there's a fine line between a creator and an influencer, and I don't consider myself an influencer by a long shot. I fall into the creator side, and some people will say, "Well, why do you say that? Are you trying to insult?" And they start naming people. I'm like, I'm not taking a shot at anybody. Like you're the one who's being like a 5-year-old trying to start beef, but an influencer is just what he just said. They're salespeople and they're promoters all the time. Because when you see these people in person, they're like when I went to the Samsung event, man. Oh boy, all I almost everybody had an iPhone, dude. Like it was like their personal. It was their personal phone. Um, it's nothing personal. If it's good, it's good. If that's what you like, that's what you like. The main phones I saw there was the S25 Ultra and the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Those are the two phones I saw the most. I mean, there was so many Galaxy S25 Ultras being like you can tell it was their personal phone or whatever. Because they were carrying the Fold 7, just so we can do our thing. But then they would pull out their Ultra and start texting their whoever, and then you saw people on iPhones. And then I think what was more embarrassing is when you see some of the people that work for Samsung using an iPhone. I think that just shouldn't exist, dude. Like if you you need to be I believe that you should be loyal to your brand. That's just how I believe. I know you get your own options, but I just don't think it's a good look if you're at a Google announcement and the people at the announcement are pulling out Samsung phones. I just don't understand that. You're telling us
Well,
how great your phone is, but you're using somebody else's phone.
I mean, it's gonna happen in any company, but I think for certain outward-facing positions at a company, you'd want them using your product. But the thing is, are you giving them your product, right? Because if you're not giving it to them, right, and they
Yeah,
gotta use their own phone, they're not
yeah.
gonna buy another phone, right?
Most
So
top level people definitely are getting the phones.
executives should be using their
But what did you
whatever. If
see
you're at
though at the
Samsung or
event? You
Apple, use
saw
yours.
at that Google event, you saw them pulling out Samsung phones for the demos. I don't understand that. Like, why would you be at a Google event using Samsung phones for the demos? That makes no sense. I don't get it. I know everybody
Oh, because
saw it.
they're partnering with Samsung for some stuff, but still, I get what you're
Crazy.
saying.
Yeah, that's just nuts to me. But anyway, trucking. When I think there's a difference between influencers and creators. Um, Most of the time when I'm talking to an influencer, all they're talking about is money. Like all they talk about, yeah, this month, man, I did this and this month. This. I don't care about those people in the comment section that they don't say anything. That's their conversation, and it's not a good or a bad thing. Um, because for a lot of these people, it's their job. Like they don't have any other income coming in. This is all they have. So
Well, it's fine because some of them are actually transparent about it, right? They're like, they're transparent that this is what they do, right? They're selling product, right?
yeah,
And they're just showing it to you and they're saying all the good things about it. And if you want to buy it, you'll buy it from them. And some people are
absolutely,
transparent about that. They're like, yeah, I'm trying to sell
yeah,
this thing, right? Like,
yeah,
or it's very clear they are, and people know
yeah,
that, so it's not
yeah.
a
You
big
can
deal.
tell.
it's just
Yeah.
suspect when it when people are not being as transparent, or you can't really tell, and,
Yeah.
that's when the gray area that you're talking about comes in.
Yes,
There's
absolutely.
some people who are just very out there, very very much, clear that they're just trying to sell a product, and,
Yeah.
if you buy it, you know that, right? So, no big deal.
Yes.
Or
But I
maybe
think it
you just like that person, I'll buy anything from that person, that's fine.
and that's what I was gonna talk about T. T's in the comments
'Cause there's some
watching.
celebrities that can sell almost anything, and you'll buy
Oh,
because you like the
absolutely.
person, right? And that's
Absolutely.
whatever, that's fine, right?
We
So
watched T. If you don't know who T is, technically T. I've been watching him for
well,
years,
T
and
is a celebrity because he's on every
we
accessories
all
website,
watched him
so
go from just
he
some creator, right, to big time influencer, right? That's not it's not a put down or anything like that, but he wasn't the creator he is, the influencer he is today. I think he moved from creation to influence, but he intentionally did that. I remember when he said, "Man, I think I want to quit my job. This thing is doing this is really good. I'm making more than I'm making at my job." I remember when he said that publicly. I'm not saying anything that he didn't say, but when I look at him, I watched him go from creator to influencer, and then he went all the way over to influencer. So when I watch him now, I know that he wants me to buy this case. You know what I'm saying? Like you just said, we can tell who's doing it, who's trying to be sly about it, and who's just being out front about it. Because if you watch his other videos from back in the day, you can tell he was heavy on the creation side. Um,
Yeah, but, what I appreciate about T is at least he, like, shows off brands that he likes. So it's
it,
usually stuff that he likes
yes,
that he would probably buy, and I think he still does buy a lot of it anyway, so, like,
yeah,
it feels like, it's like you can he's definitely someone you can trust because that's the approach he takes. It's like, "I'm showing you this thing, and yeah, it'd be good if you bought it from me because I get a little kickback," but, he's showing you all the stuff that he likes, right? And so
and
and
that's
he'll
the
give
point.
you and he'll do the real world thing too, right? Where he'll show you, like, "This is what I like about it, what I don't like about it," right? And so and like he's saying, right, like, he notices certain things about fit and all this other stuff, so,
Yep.
like, but what I was saying before is that the gray area with people is, like, you and the thing is, like, most people, you can tell for yourself, right, if you can trust a person or not. You have that internal sense, right? So you can
Yes.
tell. People can tell, right? So
Yes.
that's why I don't find it a big deal because most people can tell. So if
Yes.
I feel
But
this person
unfortunately, most people
is being
can't though.
dishonest, I think a lot of people see that too.
I think most people can't see it, but that's what you just proved the point that I just said. He's transparent about things and he's showing you stuff that he would buy, which is what I just said. He went from creator to influencer.
Yeah,
That's the
that kind of thing is a
transition.
win-win, right? Because it's like if you're showing stuff that you would buy anyway, and hey, if
Absolutely.
people like you and will buy it from you because they trust you or
Absolutely.
whatever, hey, win-win, right? They get a good product,
Absolutely.
you get some
That's
kickback,
the way it's done.
win-win.
But some people can't. I think a lot of people like to Trucking's point. I think what you notice is there's people that went straight to influencer that think they're creators, and their whole thing is this: they stay in
Yeah.
salesman mode, and so that's why I find it difficult to watch. And I know you're probably saying, "Jay, you're a hypocrite. You're on YouTube too," but we're all different. I have my lane that I stay in. I don't have certain things. My channel is on integrity, so I've been the same since day one. Not to say that other people haven't, but I know my lane and I stay in it. I don't try to go and deviate into all these different lanes. I don't. The influencer title that I don't like is the influencer title that for the people I've personally met, and I have met a ton of creators, or excuse me, influencers, and they are influencers all the time.
Yeah,
But
I know what you
outside
mean.
of the camera, they're totally different, which is what I don't like.
Well, because it takes a long time to build the credibility you're talking about, right? So, if
Yes.
you dive in just trying to sell products, people will see through that.
Yep.
But if you kinda dive in because, A, you started because you like this thing, right?
Absolutely.
And you spent a lot of time to build that credibility because
Yep.
people can truly see that you like doing this thing,
Yep.
right? Then eventually, if you get some opportunity to get things for free or start to
That's the
sell some
goal.
things, right? If you get that opportunity, right, then you're still doing the same thing, right? So people feel like they
Absolutely.
can trust you because you really like that thing. You're not giving them BS. You took a
Absolutely.
long time to build the credibility with them,
Absolutely.
just like you, right? It's been years, but you've been doing this
Oh
thing. So
yeah.
people
Yeah.
trust you, right? Same with T. He's been doing it for years,
He's
and so
been doing it for
people
years.
trust you, right? They genuinely see he likes it, or that they genuinely see that you like the thing or not like the thing.
Yeah.
Whereas, I see what you're saying. Some other people just jump into
Yeah.
it, start selling you something immediately, which doesn't
Yes.
feel very
It
genuine.
doesn't feel genuine. And I guess you could say I'm an influencer if you say it like I just use my own words against me. Okay, I started off creating, but then I started getting all these free products and all these different things. So there is some influence there. I just feel like I would
I think
never.
so long as it's a win-win like we're talking about, it's fine,
Yeah,
you know?
I watched certain people grow. and they grew. I've had plenty of people contact me behind closed doors for personal things like with their challenges. I would never disclose it publicly, but I could show you some people who didn't know what they wanted to do, and I would tell them, hey, either you're going to go all the way out over here, or you're going to maintain over here, and then gradually move and work your way and get your subscribers to trust you. Some of them just went straight there, and they got thousands of sponsors and everything like that. But people don't view them as a person they can trust because they're selling them things that cost $10,000 or this is on the car channel side. Like I had not the tech side, but on the car channel side, um, somebody said, well, man, you only got 10,000 subscribers on your car channel. I said, there's a reason for that. I'm not willing to sell completely out just to get something that I know I can't afford or wouldn't buy in real life. Like I'm not, the most my tires cost was $3,000, right? $3,000 for some tires is a lot. But my sponsor wants me to promote these $10,000 tires. Come on, dude.
Well,
Like,
that's why they say you only need a certain amount of loyal
yeah,
people that watch you. Because say
can't
you have
do
a
it.
thousand or even 100 people who will always watch you and will
Yes,
buy things that you promote because they want to support you.
yes,
That's making a good living right there.
that is.
So I think that's what people don't really understand either.
They
And the
don't.
other thing is, just like in life, right? Say like forget YouTube stuff. Say I just had a
Yeah.
normal job, right?
Hmm.
And I spent like 20 years in my industry building my credibility, right? I'll by the tail of my career, right, I'm thinking of, what would I do for more money, right? Because would I sell out the years building my reputation just for a little bit more income, right? Because the opportunity cost of doing that will cost you probably more. Same like with creation.
Yeah.
I spent all these years, all this blood, sweat, and tears building this thing up, right? I'm not gonna just take a garbage product and tell everyone to buy it because
Right.
I'm gonna make a bunch of money.
Right.
Because if you do that, right, you'll probably lose the audience, right? They'll never
Right.
trust you again, and
Yep.
that's an opportunity cost you're not willing to give up, right?
Yep.
So that's the flip side of that coin.
I guess we could appreciate. There's a lot of, it's so weird. I haven't seen T at any events. I've never met him. I've gone to many events over the years. Never seen him at any of the events. Probably because of the lane he's in. He could like CES is where he could be at for sure, because all the vendors are there. Like I had some case contracts and they were at CES, and I saw them there. So maybe he'll start going to CES because there's a lot of case vendors at CES, like a boatload of them. But even now, we were talking about CES. I don't plan on going again, but it's just too much. It's too much walking and all the networking is cool and everything, but it's a lot, man. It's like I do
Yeah,
like
and some people just don't wanna go to those things because it's just too much, It's like
it's overwhelming, man.
yeah.
It is. I've been 4 times, and it was a bucket list thing for me. The first time I went, it was sponsored. The second time I went, it was sponsored. Not the third time, and then the fourth time it wasn't, I believe. So, but the point is, when you step into this lane, you're gonna get a bunch of critics. I'm critical of people sometimes, but not in the way that some people might think. But um, sometimes it's just a generational gap. Like you want them. I tend to force my old way of thinking, so to speak, on the people sometimes. I slip up and do that sometimes. I tell them what in my day, and they're like, man, this ain't 1962, dude. Like they tell you that, but
Hey, I'm older now too, and, like, I'm getting too lazy. I'm like, thinking about going to those kind of events, I'm, that's
yeah,
too much
no.
trouble. And
My
I
my
think that's just me getting too old already. I'm
yeah,
like, "Oh, I don't wanna go
I'm in
through
good
all that
shape,
trouble."
but I don't want to do 40. I did like 50,000 steps at CES. I think each year that I've gone, I did at least 25 to 30,000 steps because they make you walk to these. There's shuttles and stuff like that, but I just don't see it's worth it. And then the networking for me, it was going to certain booth. Like when I went with ZTE, they had us like on a schedule or whatever. But then the next time, the few times I went, I wasn't on any kind of schedules, and it was just free roam. And then so they'll other venues they'll hit you up in an email and say, "Hey, are you going to be?" And you're like, "Yes, our booth is open from here. We're on schedule for this." It's just a bunch of networking that I don't even need. And like you said, older, lazier, or just not interested in doing it. I'm just not going to tap dance. But man, we have hit 2 hours already. That is quick, man. That was a fast 2 hours, folks. You need to join me and Grant, and hopefully we'll do it here again next week if Grant's whatever me and Grant decide on. But Grant's been hosting on his channel. Grant's idea. I thanked Grant off camera for getting me back into a little bit longer live streams because I just didn't want to do it, man. I just, this was like no. But this is the season, man, where we're getting into the tech, and also thanks to Samsung for bringing out a really good product this time. Like there's a lot of people hating on it, man, but they brought out some crazy products. They gave me the Fold 7 on loan Whenever I send that back, I'm gonna buy mine in mint, and I bought the Flip 7. Grant already bought all of the products too. The Google Pixel lineup is coming. I've already disclosed that I sold my 9 lineup except for my 9A, so I can make room for um, the 10. I'm buying 110, but if Grant says they give me 800 for this OG, I might part with it, man. I don't know, but
I think you have to get the Fold this year, at least to give it a try.
yeah, because it's gonna be good competition.
Hey,
It's gonna
don't
be
take
good
it from me.
competition.
JoJo said you should get the Fold. She
I
she's,
know,
you
I
know, with a
know,
wink. So
I know. But everybody who came through, man, next Friday we're gonna be here, or we're gonna be on Grant's channel, whichever. If we're available, we're gonna be here. Which, as of right now, I took PTO, so
I got my Friday afternoons back. So you know,
yeah, I took PTO, so yeah, Fridays is where you can catch us, man. So yeah, man, it's a pleasure. I figured it. I figured out how to stream again. Struggling. It's storming where I live at, so my service cut out a couple times. I don't know what's up with the internet, but yeah, it's good time seeing everybody here. And Grant is definitely famous for his photos competitions that he does. Those videos do hundreds, thousands of views as soon as they drop. So me, I'm top down, team no case videos on this channel and just discussion overall. So I do have a car channel too, but I don't really push that one too much. But I got a lot of haters on my car channel. I have a lot of haters on my car channel for some reason. I'm broke. I can't afford it. I financed it. Just anything to hate on me in any kind of way. And that's how I know that channel is starting to get some ground because I'm
no,
starting to get
that's
some
it. That's
serious
the internet,
haters.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. I
that's the
mean,
internet. So
I'm just a fake broke car channel dude. So whatever. That's how they feel. That's their energy. Grant, you told me that a long time. You don't remember this, but you told me. You said before we get out of here. You said, "Man, that's." You said something along the lines of, "I just let them have that," or it was something about someone was saying something on one of my channels, and I was telling you about it in the chat, and you were like, "Man, that's on them. I'm not even absorbing that energy. I'm just gonna let them have it. That's their problem." That's what you told me. You said that's their problem. If that's how they
that's what I'm
feel
saying.
about me,
That's just how the internet works. And so it's like,
yeah,
oh, I
yeah. It's
expect that from the general internet. So it's like,
oh
whatever.
yeah, dude. It's a mess out here in
You
these
be like
internet
that.
streets.
Well, I
But
focus on the people who are, I focus on the people who want to give you the right
yeah,
serious energy. You know,
yeah, yeah,
if people are being genuine and they don't like something, I get that. But if it's
yeah,
people just trying to hate and just trying to troll you, you can tell that
yeah.
too. And that's the internet, and that's not even worth thinking about.
I'm in my Zen mode. I stay in Zen mode, man. I record a lot of content, but I stay in Zen mode. I'm too old to be
Yeah,
arguing
there's
with
too
people
many
on the
people on your
internet.
channel that are worth giving attention to. Because they
Absolutely. Yeah,
really
I'm
have
still having
serious stuff
fun
to talk
too.
about.
I
Yeah,
told you guys when I close my channel, I'm not gonna do this
like
big
everybody
Zen.
watching this stream. You know.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna leave whenever it's time to leave YouTube. I'm just gonna leave. I'm not gonna do this special outro. Whenever I stop having fun, that's when I'm gonna be done with YouTube. And since I love tech, man, I'm probably gonna be like Mobile Geezer. Shout out to Mobile Geezer. He is pushing up on 80, and I am gonna be I'm just keep on rolling. A body in motion stays in motion, and I love tech, and
But
so
that
that's
guy
what I'm
stays
gonna
in
do.
shape too, so that's the key too.
Absolutely,
Like,
me too.
he
I
works
try to
out
stay.
all the time.
Yeah, he's still hitting the bag. He's doing like 20 miles a day, sometimes 17 he does. And yeah, it's just I'm just gonna keep going, having fun with this. So Grant, man, I appreciate you coming to my channel, helping me set up the stream and get everything going. I'll let Grant close out because if you don't know who Grant is, I mean, you're here now, but I'm pretty sure you know who Grant is because I've mentioned him multiple times. But we'll let Grant close out with the closing words for today, and then we're gonna get out of here. And we'll see you next Friday.
No, I think that's good. I appreciate you for having me on. It's always fun. Like I said, I got my Fridays back, man. This is all just fun for me. So, like,
Yeah.
anytime, I'm always down. So, yeah, appreciate it.
All right, guys. I will
All
see
right, have a
you
great weekend, everyone.
in the next one. Take